I want to play in Europe. What the hell does that mean, right? Because Europe could be Latvia, Luxembourg.
No one's talking about Latvia or Luxembourg, dumbass.
So you don't want to just shove it in there. Start with the smaller finger, especially if this is the first time. Start with the smaller finger and go slow.
I mean, there's a lot of things that need to change.
Honey, eating it is the best thing that you can do for your man.
I want people to realize I'm just human. I'm just human, and I make mistakes.
So this guy, Derek, wants to know, is putting your tongue in an ass really the thing to do?
Yeah, it feels really good.
It's a weird one, I think.
And I know you want me to toss your salad too, don't you? All right, on that note.
What are you saying, bro?
You are.
Stop, bro! Stop, bro, help me and stop!
All right, welcome to Straight Red Card. Let's try to scarf down a pretzel here before the show starts. We got the starting 11. Who was the other option besides Arston? We could have played out there. Tolkien, right?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that lineup up here in a second. I really thought Tolkien maybe had earned that look based on the performance in the last half of the last game. I guess not. By the way, prime example coming up. No, don't use that. Use mine, the one I sent you in the messages. That's shit. You can barely read it, number one. And two, it doesn't tell you anything about the positions. I hate when they do that. But they do it every time. So just a preview of the World Cup coming up, an expanded World Cup with 48 teams and 2 Oceania teams that will be there. Bayern today in the Club World Cup demolished Auckland City from New Zealand 10-0. Expect more of those scores in upcoming World Cups. The Club World Cup is just the hint of what you're going to see in actual World Cups going forward, or whatever that 13-0 score was in the Women's World Cup that one year. Yeah. When we scored 13, and yet we kept celebrating like the score was 2-1 or something.
Yeah. Give me a second. You keep talking. I'm going to mute myself real quick, okay?
Okay. That was embarrassing, honestly. Also, just a quick darts World Cup update. The Germans upset the English. All right. They beat the Luke Littler, and both of the number 1 and 2 in the world. They're gone. They're out of the tournament. Germany with a big upset. They're in Germany. This is where the tournament's being played. That probably helped. So then Germany lost today to a really hot Northern Ireland. So there you go. All right, we already got Jesse Negron chiming in here. Brett's working on something. I'm not sure what. Regardless of the game, I'm just excited to be entertained for the 2 hours while I finish up the last part of a 6-hour doctor. 6-hour DR. So appreciate you guys. Thank you, Jesse. I do appreciate that. That's why we're here. And do remember, we will have tacked on for the post game. Let's hope there are good things to talk about. I think my prediction was 2-1 USA here. Yeah. Anyhow. So as we're waiting, let's go over the starting lineup. Up top, Aguiman. I don't think we have much choice there. It's either him or Brian White, because I am not sure right now what the situation with Downs is, whether he's sick, if that rash on his ball sack has subsided. Not sure whether that's the case or not. And then we got the expected Diego Luna starting up top left, Tillman in the middle, totally expected. So kind of wondering if he would stick with McGlynn, and he has, which is good, I guess. I don't know who else you play. You could play somebody else out there. I mean, you could move Luna over there and start Haji Wright out left, honestly. So if you thought that, maybe you are disappointed with this. But maybe we can he can use his left foot and rock a few from outside the box again. Guess that's the positive way to look at it. And then with Cardoso sick today, I think he might have caught the rash that Downs has on his ball sack He's got it now. And that's what happens when you sleep too close to one another. You need to keep distance on the bed when you're sharing the same room and the same, if you're doing like a king size. You want to make sure the balls don't rub up against each other, because now Downs has given his testicular rash to Cardoso. And apparently the rash comes with side effects, stomach side effects, and they have been having problems eating. So no Cardoso tonight. Adams also out, but kind of more of a standard injury. Maybe it's herpes. It could be. I don't think it is in this case, but we did have the foot herpes. Stefan leaving earlier with foot herpes. So hopefully that didn't get around. And then as we move over, we got Arfson starting instead of Tolkien. Not sure I'm a fan of that. I think Brett and I both. Did we pick Tolkien to start?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. I think we're trying to channel our inner Poach, because I think both of us would have rather seen Tolkien. But it's not like Arson's been atrocious except for when they played a back four. And that's why I'm kind of worried here, because we're playing a back four again. And last time we played a back four, granted it was against the Swiss, we got burned.
Yeah, I think he's really laying into the fact that we're playing a lesser quality team than the Swiss.
He is laying into that. There's no doubt. He does not expect Arson to get burned, because there's really no one of the same quality on the Trinidad and Tobago team like the Swiss team. And,
did you already get the super chat?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure if I pull them down without taking it off.
Yes, thank you, Jesse. So hopefully, and I don't expect Arson to get burned at this level. This isn't Switzerland. But it's still, keep in mind, when Arson plays for Columbus, he plays left wing back. And he's got 3 center backs behind him when he goes forward. And he doesn't get necessarily left on an island. And he should be fine on an island tonight. We'll see. Then we got Reem Richards. So we're going back to tried and true, right? The veterans. And we'll see how that works out. I mean, hopefully we've got enough speed back there to not get burned by a ball over the top. But yeah, only 2 center backs this time. So not a lot of cover if we do. And then this is hopefully a chance for Freeman to get forward a little more, unless Poach is going to also ask him to do the same thing he's done in the past with Scally, which is tell Scally not to go forward. And essentially we end up playing with a back 3 with Arson way up the field, and it looks like 3 center backs. I mean, personally, one of the better skills that Freeman brings to the table is the speed and up in the attack. So I kind of want to see that. And then, as we all expected and maybe are delighted by, Freeze gets the start instead of a confidence lacking Matt Turner. All right. So that's your warm up, Brett. What's going on? What are you working on there?
Trying to get my fucking stream up right now. But Fox is trying to kick me over to Xfinity, and Xfinity is just loading and loading and loading. So I'm frantically scrambling here.
Oh. Thought there might be some frantic scrambling going on there. Do you think it's a connection issue?
No.
Okay.
It's just not transferring me over to Xfinity right now for whatever reason.
All right. McGlynn why is McGlynn aware? Because he tried it already once. And I guess it's a goal was created. And so maybe he's hoping for that to happen again. That's all I can think of, to be really honest with you. I would imagine. So, all right. What channel is the game on? The game is on Fox. Currently, we got LD and the usual suspects talking about the game. Yeah, I think the Haji Wright thing's really weird. I think leaving Haji Wright out, it doesn't make sense to me when you can move Luna onto the right. But hey, I'm not the coach of this team. And then we get into the comments made by Poach where he basically said, hey, I'm not a mannequin here. I'm the fucking coach, man. I make the decisions. No players calling me and saying I only want to play a couple games. Shit's that. I'm the man. I make the calls here, right? And so that's what happened there. I think you got time. Oh, the commercials. We got commercials, and Pulisic's in this commercial. I've never seen this before. Let me see what's going on here. They're going into a restaurant.
You should use the active cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. Good call. I'd love to pay. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchase.
Oh, God, it's a Wells Fargo commercial. Kind of bad timing for them, huh? Having a Pulisic commercial when things are going the way they are right now. And I think the guys earlier on Fox made some of the good points by saying, hey, you know, kind of weird for Pulisic to come out and say all that and be so open about his conversation with Poach and what happened there without his approval, and that's now created some tension if that wasn't already obvious to most of us. So any improvements there, Brett, on your broadcast?
Nope, I'll tell you, hey, I got it.
Okay. Well, Colin seems to think this is last chance for Richards tonight. I doubt that very seriously. It might be the last chance for you personally, but I do think that I don't see that happening going forward with Poach. So Pulisic did not make a big deal about his injury during his interview with Jimmy and company. So I thought he would at least say the word hip flexor or something. Nothing. So, yes, he did mention it's been a long season. My body doesn't feel right. Well, a lot of people's bodies don't feel right after the season's over. Adams came off a big injury, and then he's been playing for the rest of the season. He's here. Of course, look at the result. Now he's injured again. But it's just a foot thing. So it's not serious, we're told. Or else he wouldn't have been kept on this roster. They would have replaced him because they still could have done that before the tournament started. Yes, LD did go at him for playing against Monza in what he called a meaningless game. I'd say, seriously, it's kind of meaningless, but not for AC Milan because the higher they finish up the table, the more money they get. And B, they didn't want to fall any further down the table because it was already an embarrassing season for AC Milan. All right, so no Matt Turner tonight. I think that's pretty clear that Poach is kind of moving on. That the better performance of the two was Matt Freese. All right. Brett, you're looking frustrated, so I'm just going to assume things are not working out here.
Nope.
Okay. So Brett's going to continue to try to, yes, no Aaronsons. I think there was a way to work one of the Aaronsons in here, one or the other, without spoiling the whole batch. But I do believe that a lot of the players who played in that last game in the first half, except for Arston, did themselves no favor. And certainly that's why they're not playing. We'll see if they come off the bench, but it is what it is. Now, there is no excuse really for dropping Tessman, but we don't know the full circumstances. Maybe Tessman was one of the I want to play the two friendlies guys, but we'll never know. I believe that was a coaching decision. But I'm not even for sure now because we didn't get the truth from the start. So now I don't know what the truth is for a lot of players. All right, we're coming out here looking like it might be national anthem here soon. So praying for Brett to get connected. I'm going to turn this a little up but then down. All right. I think most people are watching on the same channel, so I'm not going to, however, make the assumption that we're all going to be synced up. Stadium's fucking empty as hell. Absolutely empty. I mean, it's like 1/3 full at best. Now we're listening to the Trinidad and Tobago combo national anthem. I believe they take one half of the Trinidad national anthem and one half of the Tobago anthem, and they mix them together. No, I just made that up. Dwight York there singing along in his DY hat. He is the coach of TNT. He is, of course, a legend, an EPL legend as well. Let's see what these guys can bring. Might it require you to turn everything off and turn it back on, Brett?
No, it's Xfinity.
Yes, Auckland FC was an embarrassment today. And I said this earlier. Just get ready for more of that in the World Cup, the expanded World Cup. We're going to see some massive smashings of Oceania teams. I'm sorry, even an expanded World Cup, Oceania shouldn't get more than one team. They're awful. They're fucking awful. As we have said before, with just like Central America and the Caribbean, I suppose they could have their own fucking confederation if they wanted to, but they don't. They're in CONCACAF. And during qualifying, they have to break each other down in their own regions before they get to the bigger fight for World Cup qualifying spots. Well, Oceania should join Asia, and they should have a champion who then joins into the Asian qualifying process, because there is at least, for every Oceania team that gets put into the World Cup going forward, one Asian team is being left out, or one African team is being left out, or one CONCACAF team is being left out. That would be actual real competition in the World Cup, because they ain't going to come from Fiji. Okay? That ain't happening. All right, I guess I'm going to start by calling the game myself as Brett works out with his cable company. Empty stadium. Yes, Wilmer. Empty stadium, empty U.S. soccer, empty U.S. men's national team. Might be looking at another loss. Well, yeah, if I walked into that stadium, I'd be a little down if I were a U.S. guy. But at the same time, I'm a player at this point. I just got to play. I can't worry about it. I think this could get sketchy. Just look at the Mexico-Dominican Republic game. That game got sketchy. And we all thought Mexico would mostly easily win that game. So, yeah, kind of anything can happen right now. It is CONCACAF. So, who's going for us? Tillman? I'm hoping so. Jack McGlynn, another boomer from the left on the outside of the box. Could be, because who knows if Trinidad Tobago knows his spiel, knows his tricks. If they don't, they'll leave that open. Like what happened earlier with Turkey. They didn't know who Jack McGlynn was from a hole in the wall. So they let him have that left foot shot. Pulisic stayed at home, so did the fans. Oh, God. Well, I would expect that Luca De La Torre is going to have to do a lot of work in this midfield today. A lot. They're going over the starting 11 that we have up on the screen, and it's exactly the same. So they got it right this time. Rico Post says tickets way too expensive. It's empty because also we're on a bad roll. And this is a C team. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a B- team for sure. So we'll see. There are some decent players, by the way, on the other team. It's not garbage here we're talking about. They're not going to just roll over for us. Reem looks to be captaining the team. All right, we're in group huddling. Does look like they're going to bunker. That's not surprising, Brian. I agree, but that looks like where we're going here. Brett, the game is streaming for free on YouTube. I hope you're not bullshitting us. I don't want to lead Brett astray at this moment. I didn't see it on there, but I didn't look either. Are we underway? Here we go. We are now underway. Long ball by Richards. Luna brings it down.
What time are you at?
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
You've gone all the way to 35.
27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
Okay.
All right. You got it on YouTube?
Yes.
Isn't
Fox
that
Sports
fucking
has it
cool?
on YouTube.
That is so crazy. I guess they might as well. It's not like they're making much money. All right. Luna's taking the ball up. Gets trapped and fouled. No call. Yeah, you got the call. All right. For those of you wanting to, thank you, whoever put in there, the game's live on YouTube. You just said
Omar. It's on Fox's live channel or your YouTube channel if you want to go watch it. God, everywhere I fucking went.
Fox YouTube. All right. Early free kick for the United States. If you want to sync with us, we're currently at 124, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. 1 minute 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. If you want to sync. So we don't ruin it for you if you're behind. I don't know
Not bad ball by Seb.
Not bad. Now, that's one thing he is good at. He takes those for the Whitecaps, too. All right. Chasing it down is Arston. What's he doing on the right? Okay. He's going back to the left now.
It was a corner kick, yeah.
Ream, Richards to Freeman. There it is. It's pretty obvious. All right. Are people moving? Are people moving off the ball? Are we getting a lot of movement here? Not really. There we go. Some movement from Luna. I mean, who else? I guess. We're changing fields here. For those of you now here with us, the 190 of you here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Come on. We're like inches away from from 4,000 subscribers. Inches. And yes, just an update. If you missed it early, Tack will be joining us for the post game. McGlynn, Luna. Ooh, who is that losing it? Tillman?
No, Tillman.
Yep. Tillman 17. Did he get a haircut? I don't recognize him.
Yeah, he had braids.
The braids.
Says Tolkien not starting is crazy. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he played well. What a flick into Aguilar. Can he hold it up? Oh, he couldn't get enough muscle on it. And he missed the goal. Who was with the flick? That was a beaut. Who flicks? Flick. That's Tillman. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa, fancy stuff, Tillman. Oh, Aguiman's got to do a little better than that.
You know what's weird about the YouTube feed is that the audio is just slightly ahead of the action.
Mine's slightly behind. Great. Good play by Ream. He almost left Arfson out to dry there. Ball's moving really quickly, which is good. Bad pass. I think by Arfson. I can't tell who that was.
That was Tillman. No, sorry. It was McGlynn who did the bad pass.
Could not connect to the network. Please connect with your Wi-Fi and try again. Okay. Don't know why that.
Fumar says TNT's not bunkering. Well, they're not sitting back too bad. They are playing with 5 in the back, it looks like.
Yeah, it's like a 5-3-1-1 or a 5-3-2. They're not bunkering, but it's not exactly opening up the field yet. I do like the quick passing. Okay, please.
Oh, man.
It just – okay, there it's back.
Okay, well.
Did you get that internet connection not working thing too on your screen?
No, but they Fox only shows part of the game, and then they kick you out.
Oh, they kick you out?
Mm-hmm.
Man, what a fuckeroni we're going through here tonight. Bad pass by Trinidad, but they're going to run it down anyhow. Nice from Tillman. Nice touch from Tillman. Yeah. The call of the game on Fox is like 2 seconds ahead of the action. So now I could really predict what's going to happen next because they tell me before it happens. Anyhow, we've seen Berhalter finish those for Vancouver this year. No finish there, though. But he gave it a go from the top of the box, which is what we want to see. McGlynn with the corner. Up.
It's like I'm listening to radio right now.
All right, little bill out of the back action. Yeah, I mean, this is not a low block, but it's a mid block so far from Trinidad. They're not meeting us very. No press, that's for sure. Nice little pass upfield. Tillman has just been doing it all right now so far. A nothing burger pass by Berhalter, I think. Good tackle by Richards, but he better get up and get back. Trinidad. That is stupidity. You got to go, guys. There he goes. Wow. Shit. Great run. Yeah. Dwight York thought that was a foul, but no, I don't think so. Fair play by Freeman. So far, they're definitely making sure Luca De La Torre is not open to carry the ball forward out of the back. They're marking Greg, Berhalter and Luca De La Torre with the two forwards. So it's tight quarters. It could be easy to make a mistake. All right, Berhalter's got it. Seb's got it. Up the field. That was to Tillman, I believe. Or is that argument? No, that was Tillman. So far, Tillman's been the go-to guy when they need to do something with the ball outside of kick it around the shoehorn. We were streaming free on YouTube, but apparently you only get so many minutes, and then they say, go fuck yourself. Not very nice. I hate that dick tickle shit. Either play the whole game, but don't dick tickle me. Arson gonna do a pass, trying to find Tillman in the box. Bream with some anticipation. And now a throw in for the United States. Yeah, Alex, you can find it on YouTube. However, after a certain amount of time of watching, I believe about 5 minutes, it turns off. Oh, Luna just didn't get the angle right on that pass to Tillman. Tillman's been quite prolific so far, which is what we all asked for Tillman to be on this team, coming back from being out for so long, and then when he has played, not having his best performances. All right. Outright to Freeman. We still haven't seen much Freeman going forward. So he's almost playing the Scally role again. We'll see. Right now he's pinched in to the midfield. And now he's getting back out wide. He receives the ball from Richards. That goes to, I'm not sure who the hell that was. McGlynn, I believe. Now we've switched fields quickly. Here's the cross. Aguiman is wide again. Got his head on it. Wide again. Good attempt. Good pass by Arts. Good cross by Arson to the big guy. Tax Brazilian Ghost says Agui is something else. Most service any 9 has had for a long time and nothing. Solo says we got to bring Haji Wright on as center forward. I don't think that Poach is that impressive, Haji Wright. If he was, wouldn't we have seen him more than like the small, tiny minutes we've seen him from 3 games so far? He's barely played. I don't think he likes him. I don't think he values him as a player. Just saying. What the fuck is Poach seeing in Aguiman? Well, since Dominic Downs is out, and since we lost Balogun, that leaves him Brian White and Aguiman. Flip a coin, I guess. Brian White did Dick Squat in his time versus the Swiss. Richards trying to go up, finds Tillman, which is not a bad idea. And Seb Berhalter. I got used to saying his name, Seb Berhalter. Yeah, Damian Downs. All right, for the 205 a year now, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma. Game 0-0. We are currently 13 minutes in. We've mostly had the ball. We've mostly already had several chances. Offsides, though. I believe that was on Tillman again. No, that one was on Aguiman, who was offsides. So it doesn't really leave you a whole lot of choices, which is why maybe you bring Josh Sargent in. But remember, Josh Sargent was not included. A, because Poach thinks he's a total fucking pussy fart. And B, he doesn't value him. And C, most of you guys were sick of him anyhow. And that's it. I know a lot of us have supported Sargent for a long time, saying just give him some opportunities. Well, he did. He got 65 minutes, and he was gone. Oh! Luna, get up. Luna gets it. It's back to Seb. Seb tries to squeeze it in. Aguiman with a little flick. That gets all the way outside to Arfson. Luna. Oh, nice little tap pass. Trying to get it back to Luna. He couldn't get full control, and it bounced off his foot. All right, out wide. That's offside, Stars. I thought it was. No. I thought it was offsides. Maybe there's something else happened there. I'm not sure. All right. Dalton says, imagine how depressing it is. It must be to put a good ball into the box and have Aguiman there to blow it. Yeah, there have been a couple ones today he should have done better on. Oh. Our bank has declined $1 at Google YT Primetime.
I don't know why it's canceling. I'm trying to sign up with Vex.
Oh, get it in, baby. There we go. All right. So Tillman scores. So for all you Tillman haters, there you go.
Cancel a fucking bid. I mean, how do they cancel a fucking transaction? This is stupid.
They cancel everything anybody uses on that.
This is fucking annoying.
So, and then they say that I'm just going to ask me if it's me, and I'm just going to say, yes, it's me. How's that?
Yeah.
Was this you? Why? Yes. So once there is fraud detected on it, like once or twice, then they're just super cautious about everything, right? So I just said yes. But,
okay, I'm going to try to accept again.
Thank you for confirming this is not fraud. Your card is available for use. If declined, please retry your purchase. I don't think it'll decline you again, Brett. So go ahead and try for $1. Oh my God! Somebody fraud for $1. I mean, I'd rather they be safe than sorry, honestly. With our
well, let's refresh and try
our accounts. All right, Malik Tillman with the goal. He deserved it. He's been the best player on the field so far. That's a good pass by Luca De La Torre to Aguiman, but he just inexplicably falls to the ground with the ball at his feet. Like he tripped over himself. The fuck was that?
Whatever. I'm just going to use my card instead of the business card.
I mean, it's $1. Did it?
Well, I don't know why it's $1. It's a monthly charge of $8.99.
Oh, it said $1.
Well, I'm guessing they send that $1 charge to make sure it's a real account.
Good pass up to Luna. Luna inside to Tillman. Got a little too fancy on that one, trying to get it back to Luna, but we still regain possession. McGlynn. Nice one-touch pass from Luca De La Torre. Out wide to Arce. No, you got to hit that one time. Oh, my God. Arson got to hit that first time, buddy. I guess he really wanted it on his right foot real bad, but that should have been two. Should have been two. One time they used my card to buy Wingstop in California. Yeah, that sucks, man. Whenever that happens. They buy little things with stolen cards. Yeah, to try to kind of slip. All right, McGlynn with the corner. Luca De La Torre with a nice header back out to McGlynn. Across. To nobody. Some fight from Trinidad. And throwing Trinidad. I mean,
Derek, what time are you at?
19, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, gonna listen to it in Spanish, though.
What feed did you finally get or use?
I'm on VIX. It's TUDN through VIX.
VIX, yeah. I've had to do that before, too. Sucks ball sack. Did you know?
Whenever I'll pay one fucking month for this bullshit, whatever.
Yeah, I mean the Club World Cup game today with Bayern was on DAZN. I'm not getting DAZN. FIFA can go fuck itself, and so can DAZN.
Edgar Garcia for $4.99 says watching you guys instead of the actual game. So Derek, step up on the commentary.
Oh, I'm not doing total play-by-play here. That's insane. All right. Ream all the way out wide to Freeman. Freeman in midfield. He taps it off to Luca De La Torre. Huh?
DAZN is free according to the Untouchables.
Not for me, it's not. I'll look it up, but I don't.
Carlos says DAZN Club World Cup games are free.
Where? I have Roku. Tell me where it's free. Do I just download the app for DAZN?
Probably download the app and then click on the game, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
It's fucking free this whole time?
Everybody's saying it's free, yeah.
Well, suck my ball then. I'm the
I think
idiot.
you learned about it now, huh?
Yeah, now I just figured out I'm the moron. Here's the new nickname for Arston. Barfston. All right, I got to fix this hat. Hold on.
I'd love to have some form of commentary on the first 20 minutes, but I couldn't watch any of it. Ooh, arson now is bad.
Man, my headphones just won't go on right today. All right. Hooked up to an antenna and watching over the air on Fox. Yeah, that's so old school. I love it.
Like how they were letting the play go on because the guy was called offside. They were letting it go on, but then they passed it back all the way past the halfway line, then called him offside.
Oh, did you know this? It's pronounced DAZN.
I did not.
DAZN. Then why don't they just make the channel called DAZN? Why is it DAZN? Fuck them.
There's probably something out there with DAZN already.
Yeah. Good pass by Ream. Penetrating pass into Luca De La Torre. Torre loses it, but he tracks back and grabs it.
Now, thanks for the pressure by Luna, though.
Yeah, that helped. All right, Richards out wide to Freeman. Freeman actually got up the field for a second, but he's coming back. Way out wide to Arson, but I think.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, dang it.
Didn't get it. Didn't stop it from going out of bounds. But that was a big cross-field pass to Arson. He just couldn't get high enough to keep it in. If he had, Luna was there and ready to go. How things have How the fields have switched, Brett. Now you're the one having to listen in Spanish.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's kind of a muggy day today, even though it's not that warm out.
Dude, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was, man. Nothing worse than just walking outside and getting clammy because it was so muggy. But it's like 73 degrees outside. That was nothing.
You should think it would be nice, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's so humid. I played golf today in this shit.
I can't believe I stayed in.
Played 9 holes, 4 pars today.
Anthony goes 114 degrees here. Oof.
Glad I'm not you.
I guess Texas, Arizona, New Mexico area, I'm assuming.
Probably. Yeah. Been humid in the UK. That's Alex Gaiman. Not like this, brother. Not like this. When 73 Fahrenheit feels like 90, you're like, what the hell's going on? Feels like you're living in a swamp. All right. My prediction was 2-1 USA before the game started.
I said 3-0 for your brother's sake.
And, for my brother, he needs 3-0. He put down some money on this game. It's kind of looking like it's heading for more of a 2-0 thing because
what a ball!
What a ball by McLean! Finish it!
Luna, come on, man!
Oh my goodness gracious, Luna!
Oh my! Arson, what are you doing,
Arson
man?
loses it.
God, Luna.
Well, that's about 3 goals we're missing right now. 2 from Agumon, 1 from Arston, and now 1 from Luna. Those all should have been goals.
I would have expected Luna to put that shit away.
Right now, it is looking more likely to be 3-0. Unless this we can't put it away thing keeps getting. Now, Luna's first touch there was too heavy. Beautiful pass from McLean, but that first touch too heavy from Luna.
What's up with
nice mustache.
Luna's got that little hipster twirly, 1920s banker robber guy, mustache going on.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah, that's a little bit of character, right? That's a little bit of character.
Well, I saw it today in the press conference, and I'm like, yeah, keep that for the game.
Man, I was watching that press conference where all those quotes were passing around Twitter.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm listening to the actual with context and stuff. I'm like, I feel like we've kind of made a mount out of a molehill with some of those quotes, guys. I mean,
yeah, I don't think that he intended them to sound the way some people have made them sound on X.
100%.
I watched it too, and I was like, all he's saying is, hey, we had a plan. We had a plan, and he wanted to do different from our plan, and I said no.
Yeah. So I don't know. Because people are like, oh, there's a rift between them. Like, I don't know.
There might be a little bit of tension, but clearly what he is saying to the established players is, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
What I say goes.
Nothing's safe here. You do what I say. Yeah.
You don't. There is no leadership committee. You don't get a vote, fuckers. Which is a total different culture, obviously, than Berhalter, but it's also what they asked for.
Yeah.
They said, no, we need somebody to come in and do that. Well, he's doing it. I wonder if in any way Pulisic regrets that decision now. Like, I'm sure he's got to be watching this game going, I could be playing right now for my country. I just wonder.
You're going to be looking at it going, I could have bypassed all this garbage.
Yeah. Or he could have just kept quiet and ate it.
Just let it go through. Yeah. The news feed goes by quickly. Something else is always going to pop back up.
Yep.
And what's going to happen is he'd come back in September, Hopefully put forth a masterclass against currently better opposition than us.
Right.
And then everybody all will be forgotten. That's kind of what he said in that interview too. Quite frankly, he's like, it's always amazed me how quickly people forget, the past, but then we'll be quick to forget it in the future.
Right. So McGlynn not taking this corner. He's been taking most of them. This got to be a set play. If Seb Berhalter's taking this, they must have a different play setup for this because his crosses have been fine. Richard's tries was a little high for him. Couldn't get his head down and over it.
Even though he's trying to add the 4 or 5 inches of the hair, right?
Yeah, the hair ain't going to help there.
Needs to put like a metal plate in there and act like it's backboard.
Yeah.
No, it's just my hair, man.
Hey, man, we've seen him score those with Crystal Palace. So.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like that we're getting some decent balls in, and we're actually getting to them. They may not be the best fall throughs, but we're doing it.
Yeah, I definitely would like a second goal by now. Tillman's been fantastic so far. Aguiman back to McGlynn with his left foot. He gave it a go.
Yeah, I'm glad Tillman's finally showing up.
Yeah, this has been great so far.
It's been a rough couple of years there with him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, that's over with. He showed up. He's not a kind of guy who's going to try too hard because he's just not that kind of guy. Like we saw Zendejas come in and try too hard. Tillman's just doing his Tillman things. Aguiman's going to get a call for, I guess, philandering.
Grabbing him by the head. It's like, hey, baby.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
For, he's got hands all over that dude.
Yeah. BMR says, to be honest, might be valuable to have McGlynn on the roster just for his left foot.
Yeah. He's got a rocket.
Gives us a different look from what we're used to.
Of course, once people figure that out, they're not going to let him go to his left anymore.
Yeah. That's a great view of the sky.
Yeah, well, that was fantastic. Cut to camera 6. It's a view of the sky.
That's not a moon.
Jeez. Our ability not to finish so many of these is somewhat concerning because they get lucky one time. This game's back on.
Nice. All right, keep it going. There we go, guys.
Good switch fields.
Pace, at pace.
Arson up to Seb.
Look at it, Tori.
De La Torre.
Arson holding and waiting and holding.
Luna's gonna switch fields. Kind of.
What is that, Freeman?
Freeman playing sort of a center defensive mid role there for a second.
Luna made the run, and Freeman turned and passed it over to Reem, and Luna's like, I just made this run, guys.
Yeah.
Give me the ball.
Everybody's kind of ready to make a run here.
Brian DeMarco's asking if I'm still watching porn. Yes, on my second screen, though.
One hand on the beard, one hand on my cock. Reem tries to squeeze it into Aguiman, who does manage to get it.
He recovered nicely there, yeah.
I mean, he still looked like a giraffe doing it. Baby giraffe.
He's a tall kid. He's a tall kid.
It's not as tall as I thought he was.
What? I mean, there's a whole halftime you guys can be showing this replay. I'd rather watch the game.
I'm not getting a replay. That's a TDUN thing.
God. We're just back. I'm back finally. I had to watch the goal twice, over and over. The whole halftime you guys can show this shit.
Oh, here we go. Freeman gets to go up, and Freeman's going to receive it back. We haven't seen Freeman this far up the field yet with a hell of a cross. Hell of a cross for Luna. Or Seb. Or Seb, I guess. This is what Freeman can bring you with a little speed. This is a very nice pass. Very nice. And Seb he did the right thing. He one-timed it. Just bounced off a TNT guy. Seb's taking the corners now on this side. Oddly enough. It's the second one in a row after watching McGlynn take all the other ones. Up to Richards again. Tried to find Richards. That's a good delivery. It's better than most of most of Pulisic's corners. All right, Luna likes it through. McGlynn kind of like trapped in a corner as he's been from. That's just a beautiful chip by McGlynn.
Ouch!
Fuck.
Hope Freeman's okay after that tackle. Crikey.
Yeah, that was not good.
Oh, my knee snap.
Yellow card for Garcia. Guacamole United says all ball. I swear.
As his leg is wrapped in between his legs.
It was ugly.
Oh, no good. No bueno. No bueno.
Patrick is fine, says Brandon, at this level because he can bully these CBs, put them against any quality, and I don't see this happening. Well, he's already missed 2 opportunities, so it's not like I get what you're saying, but he's not finishing.
If he missed 2 opportunities, at least he's getting in the spots for the opportunities. Now it just has to come down to the finishing aspect of it.
All right, for the 242, if you hear, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma. It looks like Seb's pretty much been picked to be the designated set piece guy, unless McGlynn takes this. He's there too.
Just depends on what type of whipped ball in you want. Going in or going out.
What's the game plan here? I'd rather have it be whipped in. There we go. It is whipped in. Oh my God. Man, can we not hit the goalkeeper with every shot?
Again, I'm gonna take this as baby steps, Derek. We're putting in good service and we're getting to the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I think over the course of like the last 3 or 4 years, our set pieces and connecting with the set pieces have just been garbage.
Oh, they've been super garbage. At least we're getting some chances now, but a lot of crazy shit going on here.
It's us. That's us.
Whistle blown. Dwight York's in goddamn good shape for as old as he is.
I'm fucking jealous, yeah.
Yeah, he's in shape.
I hate to shoot him a DM and find out what his workout regimen is.
I've got it somewhere. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're on first name base.
I'll share it with you. All right, Freeman back to that other center back role now. Oh, he's trying to get forward. McGlynn's got it. Nothing doing. McGlynn switched field.
Brandon said that he was responding to Colin's comments about Agumon.
Oh, almost a through pass from Ream. Had that made it through. Agumon was wide open. Ream with recovery. It's still not fully. Freeze, where were you, brother?
The ball had so much airtime.
Jesus, man. Go get that shit.
I mean, I could have ran out there and got it from my house.
Christ. That's what I'm saying. One lucky goal. This is a game again because we can't score. We got all these opportunities, but we can't score. It's like that one guy you knew in high school. Dude, she likes you. Just make a move.
What if she says no?
No, man, she don't really like me.
That'd be devastating. I couldn't take it, man.
Dude, she literally told me she wants to suck your... No, man, quit playing with me. I don't believe you. Okay, well, then you're just not going to score. But
it's probably the other argument. It's probably the other argument in our grade.
It's not quite that bad. at least we're trying to score. That's
hey,
like
we have chances. We got to put them away. And no, the opposition, you got to take that into a factor. But as I always say, whenever we do beat a team that we should beat, I mean, they're like, oh, it's just Guatemala. I'm like, well, we still did what we needed to do. So opposition or not, but we got to put our chances away.
Metaphorically, this is more like taking the date with the girl, but then jumping straight for the clitoris, right?
Bandit says this. She says no. Just grab her by the pussy. Riz 101.
Oh, that's kind of what I was just saying. You can't just go jumping straight for the clitoris.
Ooh, come on, dude. You know it's out of bounds. You didn't have to kick like that.
You kind of have to work your way.
Tillman's like, come on, bro.
Got to work your way in a little bit more politely than that. Generally.
Captain Magnitude says, damn, over here talking shit about me.
All right. Freeman gets it back. He's roaming. He's still got it. Hard to dispossess. Ream moving forward. Finds Luna. Luna back to Ream. Ream over to Richards. Richards probably over to Luca De La Torre. Luca De La Torre to Seb. Nope. Over to...
heavy touch. Every piss, I mean.
Was that Seb or Luca De La Torre? He just squirted that. That was Luca De La Torre.
Luca, yeah. So
is it me or Seb and Luca De La Torre switch places?
They're probably floating. Man, the VIX feed for TUDN, maybe it's just TUDN that does it or whatever, but they have YouTube, not YouTube, they have Twitter posts pop up every now and then.
Huh. That's curious. In Spanish?
Of course, I couldn't read it.
You need me there to translate, huh?
To help, yeah.
Like I know any Spanish. I know I've got some basic Spanish.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? You know that, of course.
Mm.
Tú tienes chicle por en la cesta.
No más. No más.
You've heard that enough, huh? Hey.
Oh, yeah, baby. 4 hours is too long. All right. I used to get that a lot. Richards.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 4 inches is too long.
With the wrong girl, I suppose that's the case. All right. I guess we're just going to kick it around now for a little bit. Tries to squirt it up to Aguiman. Oh, that's a giveaway to Luna. Luna with some expectations there. That's a finish.
Luna to Tillman.
It's Tillman again, baby. But that goal's all Luna.
Luna read that game beautifully.
Tillman just happened to be where he's supposed to be to finish that shit off. That guy.
I tell all my U10s, like, dude, guys, crash the box. Crash the box.
The guy who passed the ball back turned around and took so long to pass it back. Luna just said, well, fuck it. I'll just keep going.
Well, you know what it was is that the guy saw the mustache and he freaked out and passed the ball right to him.
I don't think that's what happened.
It absolutely happened, yes. Oh, shit, he's here to kill me and my family.
Watch how long he takes to pass this back. He's got it. And he already knows it. He's like, I know you're going to pass it back, bitch. I'm there for it. Great stuff from Luna.
Great soccer IQ there.
He can already tell. He's like, pass me the ball. Yeah, baby. And this is just a composed pass. Sweet ass. USA up 2-0.
Mm-hmm. Your brother's going like this right now. Excellent.
One more.
Excellent.
He needs one more.
Come on, Aggie. Get on that. Get on that. Keep on him. He's pulling his jersey, man. Can't you see?
What the fuck?
Come on, dude.
The hell is
Open
that?
your eyes. Dude.
Ref.
His jersey's like this all the way down there.
That wasn't even Aguiman. That was Tillman getting.
Oh, is that Tillman?
Around.
Oh,
yeah.
man, I thought that was Aggie. Never mind.
Tillman's a bigger mammal than people realize.
I was looking at the positioning.
All right, for those Tillman haters, those days are over, I think.
Yeah.
I know this is only TNT, but he's been the best player on the pitch.
Nicely done, Richards.
Richards, Luna, although Luna's not far behind, if not equal.
Come on.
Because that was just great expectation from Luna. Just genius soccer IQ. They're going, that guy's not paying attention to me. And he's taking way too long. And I know exactly what he's going to do. McGlynn has been great, says BMR. Just picking on you.
That Y is next to the D.
Well, here comes Trinidad. Kind of harmless little.
All right, Rain, you got time. You got time.
Harmless
Who
little.
are you going to unleash? Unleash the beast.
He's going to unleash Freeman, although that was.
You chat. Don't look at the chat, Derek. Don't do anything. We're going to get scored on, I think.
That is just a way.
Who played
Here
double?
comes Luna. Luna.
Is that going to be an Agumon goal? Did Agumon just score that?
3-0. My brother's making money tonight.
Is that goal going to Agumon?
I don't know.
I thought it deflected off of him.
Huh. I don't
Maybe
think
not on the substitute replay here.
You'll have to have directed it on purpose to get the
That's
goal.
right. I think it just hit his leg as a winner. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, it's Tillman with the pass. Nice.
Yes.
That's Tillman and Luna Lincoln.
Sub 2-man team right now.
All right, let's check this out. Bloop. What a ball. What a ball.
Tillman is just a level up.
It went off of Agumon. And nutmegged him.
It's a fucking.
It's an Agumon goal.
It's a hockey goal.
Tillman doesn't get the assist. Luna does.
We'll see how that's marked.
Oh, my God.
Well, this is.
Text Brazilian Ghost that says Augie's getting the goal credit.
Well, we could have used this performance back in 2017 against Trinidad and Tobago.
God. Man, bet you Tillman's going, man. I got 2 goals, and I should have had 1 assist there.
All right, so that's halftime.
That's a true. Yeah, there you go. Brian beat me to the point. I'm sure somebody else mentioned it too. Yep. Shapiro said it as well as artist regen.
Deflect goals, accidental goals.
Oh man.
Well, let's see if he really does get credit. He did redirect it. It did come off his foot.
It was a clear redirection. I mean, I don't think he intended on it, but it definitely was a. He was there, and the ball hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
All right, time for me to finish my pretzel. All right, USA up 2-0. So far, so good.
The best 20 minutes I've seen this team play yet.
God, I know it's only Trinidad and Tobago, but I'll take it, folks.
Seriously.
I'll take it.
Same. We've had our problems with TNT before, so I mean, it wasn't putting anything past this match.
TNT are gutted from 2 World Cup qualifier games last week.
Okay. Yeah, but the USA played 2 quality opponents literally days ago.
They're gutted for losing? Do they lose?
I think they're gutted as in they're like wiped. They're tired, exhausted.
Gutted usually means emotionally torn up.
They played Costa Rica 4 days ago. They're tired.
They lost. Mm-hmm.
It's fair. I mean, but I'm just saying, those our guys ran a lot against Turkey and the Swiss, especially our defense ran a shit ton in that first half against the Swiss.
Mm-hmm. All right. Have to get that pretzel down.
There you are.
It's all down. Thank God. Need something to soak up that alcohol.
Untouchable says Tillman's too good for PSV. Well, I mean, there's a lot of rumors. We'll cover that Monday.
There are a lot of rumors. Is he too good? He's really good. And there are lots of rumors. So we'll see what happens.
Did you see the unfiltered clip with Howard talking about not being mentors or friends with the players?
Yep. I watched the whole thing.
It's funny, and I'm sure he doesn't watch our show or anything like that, but it's funny that, I bring up the point. Nobody else is really bringing this up, but I bring up the point that Pulisic probably felt hurt because he was friends with, or at least what he thought was friends with
Howard.
With Howard, because played with him through qualifier.
Yeah,
and Howard's out here going like, and Howard's saying no different than what we say.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this too. The reason why we don't bring on players is because we're not going to sugarcoat shit whenever we see bad stuff. If we brought Agumon onto the show, we'd talk about his game and all that stuff, what happened, his upbringing and stuff. But when he has a bad game, we're going to see like, dude, that was a shit performance. Look at that. He's got a touch of a 4-year-old,
It's also a problem when you become friends with family members of players, and then you criticize them for whatever. I'm not saying which players and which family members, and then they expect you to never criticize their son again or their family member, not always son, but sometimes more distantly related. And yeah, they'll get upset if you say something critical about them, and then you're kind of like, well, I'm here to cover the game. I'm glad that you and I formed a relationship, but I got to call it like it is, dude. Well, fuck you, man. Fuck you. It's like, okay, sorry. Well, I guess we're not friends anymore. Thought what I said was pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Well, that's the thing. It's just, it's which is strange because if any of my friends, my close friends, I've known for a while, and that may be the difference. If you don't know the person for a while, they just think you're friendly or friends on an online way. But if any of my friends were playing and they had a shit performance, I would have no qualms with saying, dude, that was a shitty fucking game, dude. You suck. Donkey dick. And they'd be like, yeah, dude, that wasn't that great.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say, yeah, he had a poor game. And it's like, well, why you criticizing him so much? Because he had a shitty game, dude. I'm sorry. But and then, we could have worn tact about that. Because then he kept doing all those interviews with the young players, right? And being in contact with their parents and stuff. And then they thought that he owed them something. No, he doesn't owe you anything. If your son plays bad, he's going to say it.
Yeah. I don't know.
And was pretty nice about some of the players that he's had on that have been kind of like not amounting to what everybody thought they were going to be. Speaking of which, I tell you what, my parents and I watched the Inter Miami Al Ali game last night together. My parents really enjoyed that. The Club World Cup game. They really enjoyed watching that game. It ended 0-0, but it was fun as hell to watch. Like some great stuff happened, just not goals. Just really close to goals, but no goals.
You know what I watched instead? I watched the Chicago Fire play on Nashville again.
Too bad, sorry.
Well, it was a frustrating game because we played so well in the first half. We actually dominated Nashville. Mind you, we're at home, so we should in theory, but we dominated that first half and probably, shanked 4, 5, 6 really good chances, or Willis came up massive. And I was sitting there going like, dude, this is going to come back to bite us. In the second half, they put Andy Nahar in, and he just opened our defense up, just brutalized us. We ended up losing 2-0. We should have technically won with all the chances we had, but
Spiders Lawton says Derek is the only one that likes Lawless. I like him as a person.
Yeah, we'll argue points, but I mean,
he's been very, very friendly. He listened to my album and gave me feedback. He really liked a bunch of the songs. We talk about other things other than soccer. So I like him for those reasons, but I don't always agree with him on the show, on his show, on this show that we're watching now. And he's cool with it, by the way. He's absolutely cool with it. We learned how cool he was with it during my pre-talk with him before he came on the show. He's like, I don't fucking worry about any of that. I don't care. Water under the bridge. I'm like, awesome. Totally awesome.
Yeah. He doesn't take any of this stuff seriously. And that, when I say this stuff, I mean like the interactions with fans and people like this. Like if they come out and say, "Dude, you suck and you should die," you're like, "Well, it's nice to have a formal conversation with you," or something like just shit like that. I'm gonna go refill my drink and I'll be right back.
Rob Garcia says Derek gets so bored when Brett talks about the fire.
Read what I say next.
Absolutely, Rob Garcia. One reason I bring it up. BMR says, Derek, did you give Lawless a reach around too? Only met him once personally here in Indianapolis, and that was 12 years ago. And it was brief, and he doesn't remember it. And when I talked to him about it, I think on the show, or it was after the show, I'm not sure, but I talked to him about it. And I said, I think I might have interrupted a conversation you were having. So, sorry about that. He's like, I don't remember that, but I hope I wasn't a dick. I was like, kind of were a dick. He's like, man, I apologize. Anyhow, it happens. And I probably got involved. I just wanted to come up and introduce myself because I know a lot of the same people he knows from the same team. And we've, of course, some of his former teammates we had on the show. And I wanted to invite him on my show. And I had to go upstairs soon, so I couldn't wait around. I had to go on an MLS podcast in a hotel room, like 5 stories up or whatever. So I had to, it was like now or never, right? Because I wasn't staying for the whole conference, coaches conference. So, yeah. Anyhow. It happens. Wuxie Games Central for $2. I was most worried about TNT in group play. Relief. I think you need to be more worried, my friend, my brother, with Saudi Arabia. Like, there are no pushovers. Casey says, AKA Derek gives bad reach arounds. Not to myself. Never actually really given a man a reach around. I'm not opposed to it. If I felt like doing that, I guess I would. I haven't really met anybody that's turned me on that way. Giving a woman a reach around, if you can do that. Doesn't really, the terms don't work out that way, though, right? All right. TNT says bullshit Zimmerman. I don't know what that's about. People don't think. I don't think people understand that Lawless was good. Yes, he was. Aren't the Saudis best players at the club World Cup? Yeah, that's a good point, James Long. A lot of them are. Very good point. Many of them are. I'd still expect them not to suck, though. Anyhow, Lawless doesn't remember I don't know what. Reach around boob grab? Hey, by the way, you can reach around and get to woman parts as well, right? From the back, right? All right. Wuxia Games Central. Let me grab that one. TNT is the worst team, but I worried we would slip up. Didn't look like TNT has come in with a whole lot of firepower in this game. They look a little spent. They look a little verklempt, honestly. Haiti should be right now. I mean, if Haiti is as good as, and they're better than the Dominican Republic, at least on paper they are, I think we might see something. They are missing some of their better players too, Haiti. They are, in fact, missing Fafa, Bacall. Trying to think who else they might be missing, but all right. Jose Reyes says for $5, thank you, brother. I know it is just TNT, but I am glad to be back just watching U.S. winning for a change. Or, no, Trinidad and Tobago, yeah. Hopefully a good sign. Cheers, guys. Cheers to you, Jose. Yes, it is a refreshing feeling to watch a game where we're winning, even if this is just the Gold Cup. And I hate just saying it, but I mean, it is just the Gold Cup, but you got to play what's in front of you, right? Yeah. I hate that saying, but it's true here. We just got to beat the people they put in front of us right now.
Well, that's I mean, to be a good team, we have to be able to, continually handle weaker opposition.
Yeah.
So did you get both of Wooks? Did you get both of his?
Yep.
Super okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Rob.
sorry.
Oh, Rob. Uh-oh. Rob Garcia says, if you ever feel useless, remember Freeze is playing right now. Yeah, Freeze doesn't have to do a kick squat anything so far.
Are you kidding me? No. He's had one opportunity to do something. He should have came out and picked up that ball that went a mile up in the air.
Yeah, he was a little too tentative on that. But
yeah,
aside from that, he hasn't anything to do. Right.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had Ballo or Sargent. We could have Sargent right now. He could have been called in for this fucking roster when everybody started dropping like flies.
Did you send the link to Tech, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Earlier today. Football decisions. Football decisions. I'd really like to know what that means. And I really would like to hear from Josh Sargent about what he thinks it means. But he's not going to say anything because he's Josh Sargent.
No. If Poach just wanted to take a look at Agumon some more and he wanted to give Brian White a shot because he's playing well, he's been playing well at MLS, and give them their opportunities, okay. I feel like there's friendlies you can do that on.
Let me ask you this. In all the warm-ups and practices building up to the last competitive game that Sargent played, he started the first one. He didn't score. He got close to scoring, didn't score, scored a goal that was offsides. Never saw the pitch again.
Yeah.
I
hear you.
Was he absolutely being in practice, outplayed in practice by White and Agumon? Or was Poach that blown away by what he saw from White and Agumon? I don't know. I think there's a massive... Let me ask you this. Do you think Brian White would be one of the leading scorers in the championship if he played there tomorrow? Or he played there last year? Do you think Agumon would be one of the leading scorers in the championship per minutes played in the championship? I don't. I really don't.
I mean, we can't even get Haji Wright to start up a striker once.
And he's also one of the leading goals. Yes.
Yeah, they just look at him as a left striker, left winger, or whatever. But I mean, we don't play a 4-3-3 anymore. So I mean, at that point, you're like, are we going to remove one of our dual 10s and put Haji in there? And how does that change things up? Do we go to a 2-striker role?
Well, I was talking about earlier. Move Luna to the right wing, put Haji on the left. That means McGlynn's coming out. But then again, McGlynn's played really well in this game so far. So I have got no beef with McGlynn. So I'm not doing it right now, not in this game, because McGlynn's playing fine. I'm keeping these same guys on for another, up until the 75th, I'll start making some subs.
So does that, if you bring in Haji Wright, even if you take out McGlynn or whatever, does that still basically just puts us to either a 2-striker, 2-10, or an empty bucket, if you will, or it would take us to a 4-3-3?
Let me put it this way.
4 offensive 10.
If Haji Wright was the starting center forward in this game, we'd have 2 more goals right now. We would have a goal scored by a header and a goal by that beautiful through ball.
Again, assuming that he was still creating the opportunities in the same spots that Tillman or that Agumon was in. Yes.
Well, we know he makes great runs, right? That's a skill Haji Wright has.
Sure.
I think he finishes 2 of those. And we're up currently 5-0 right now.
He finishes 2 of those, 2 out of 2. When you say 2 of those, it makes it sound like there are more than 2 opportunities.
No, Agumon's had 3 opportunities.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, remember, you weren't tuned in for a lot of them. You were struggling.
Almost all of them outside of his goal.
Yeah, Agumon missed a point-blank header, and he also missed a great through ball from Tillman, where he's one-on-one with one defender. He should have been able to shoulder off and make a clean shot, and it went wide. So there you go. And his header went wide by a mile, too. All right, immediate attack from TNT here in the second half.
They gotta put the work in now. Oh, Tillman's got something with him. You hit in the head on that kick?
Hmm.
Still holding his face. He's holding his face.
Yeah, he should be fine then.
I think that was a high kick. If it was up there, his face was down there. I don't know.
Tillman goes with it. Giving Agumon the great through ball there. Agumon one-time pass. Goes all the way through. Tillman was there. One time. I am at 46. 46:01. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 46, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
You can stop counting. I got 30 seconds of fucking commercials because my stream froze on me. So I had to refresh it. Now I've got to watch commercial.
Yeah, just let me know when you need me to count again. Fuckers. One half the stadium's kind of full. The other half is like almost empty. Through ball.
Okay, I'm in. What time?
Down the line. Cross up. Trapped down by Arson. Arson dilly-dallying. Back to Luna. Quick pass. Over to De La Torre. McGlynn back over to Arson. Arson with the cross. Tried to drill it in to Agumon. All right, I'm currently at 47, 24, 47, 25, 26, 27, 28.
I'm about 1 second. I'm about 1 second behind you.
Okay, good.
Terrible cross, Barston.
Kind
of killed that play right there.
All right, corner being taken once again. This is on the opposite side. Berhalter's taking these two now.
McGlynn's right there though for the short.
But it goes out to Luna. Luna. Oh, try to get fancy and kind of tripped over the ball.
Would have been nice if we got through though. Brandon Marco says, "Am I the only one that thinks Skelly's stock is way up this window?" I mean, we haven't had a right back that's really stood out. I mean, Freeman's been okay.
He's been fine, I guess, so far in the first half. But he's not really being allowed to go forward. He's gone forward twice all fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing this alternate hybrid, center back / center defensive midfielder role. They're certainly not using his speed much.
That was a bad pass. Or what was it, Arson? Freeman, come on, man. It was a simple pass.
Does McKenzie have the foot herpes? No. He just wasn't picked.
Wasn't that great last game?
Nope.
He was actually pretty garbo last game.
He got his ass handed to him.
But then again, so did Arson, so can't use that as an excuse. It's still
a lot of good through balls here. Oh, shoot it, Tillman. Oh, you're too nice. You are too nice. You got to shoot that, baby. McGlynn, bam, off. But good try.
Well, that was Lucas' pass. Okay, I was going to ask who made that pass. I like the forward direct passes we're making.
Yeah,
opening up their defense, man.
Is Tillman proving?
That was a handball. If anything, his hand was like that. It should have at least been a corner kick.
Tillman proving best player on the pitch and a level above everybody else on the pitch.
That should have been a corner kick.
It should have been. This is child's play for him right now. Child's play.
I like that I'm listening to it on your feed. It's got muted right now.
Is it matching up?
That doesn't matter. I can't make it out too clear. I just hear some of the words popping.
I can turn it up if you want me to.
Nope, that's fine. I don't need to listen to the commentators.
All right,
Luca De La Torre.
1-on-1. Makes a little bit of a nice move. Still can finish this off.
Okay.
Oh!
Hey, crossbar too. Wasn't too far off even with the save, man. Wasn't bad. That was good. That was a good little play by Agumon.
Yeah, no, it was.
More of that.
He still does look like a baby giraffe, but it does work out. Here, bam.
He's a physical force there, at least. He's putting it up.
Yep.
Gotta hand it to him.
So currently the Trinidad keeper is down. Derek Poach says we need to step on some toes. Yeah, indeed. Naturish!
Do you think Klinsman came in here and goes, "This is what you need to tell him. Tell them this."
Step on some toes. I love that quote from Klinsman. That was a classic. Sometimes you need to step on some toes.
If I can see more of that from Agumon, I wouldn't be opposed. But we'll see. That was good.
Listen, you're not going to be able to make that kind of horrendous. That ball that he put to switch on the defender was like 8 feet from him.
Oh, it's cutback?
Yes, cutback ball was 8 feet from him. That's not working against any decent defense. You're going to be another guy standing there. It's going to be, thank you for that cutback ball.
There almost was.
Yeah, but it's 8 feet off. 8 yards off, I should say. Anyhow, did I mention I played 9 holes today?
Yeah, you mentioned you played golf today.
I got 4 pars today.
Ooh.
It's not my best. We play 9 holes every weekend almost, and I have gotten 6 before, but I'll take 4. 6 is my highest of all time. No birdies, though. Had some chances.
Oh, wrench is a nice little touch.
All right, here we go. We are in control firmly here. Nice pass by Tillman. Agumon gets to it.
Nobody's in the box to help, though.
Back to Tillman.
Come on, guys. Anybody help him out?
No! Tillman tried to switch to Luna, but that was not going down. Luna gets it. McGlynn.
Sebi. Then McGlynn, yeah. Sebi got taken out. I don't like to call him Sebi.
Oh, shit. Hackathon going on from TNT.
The ref does have a whistle, and he does know how to blow, apparently.
Yeah, he blew for that one.
We know the whistle blows. What about the ref?
It actually was not that horrendous of a tackle.
I think the tackle against Seb was worse.
Yeah, I did too. I'll have to text my brother, congratulations, if we score one more. And I know this game is over.
No, 3 is fine. It's 2.5.
I know, but, then he's going to have to watch the whole entire game, which I'm sure he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure he makes his $100. All right.
Touchable says I could watch Tillman play all day. This Tillman? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. This Tillman is like a fucking wizard. Hey, Freeze touched the ball.
Hey-oh. He made a great decision. Look at Torrey, back to Ream.
Ream out wide. Here comes Arfson. Arfson to Tillman. Tillman back to
Look at
Torrey. Out wide now.
All the way out wide.
Yep.
Who was probably thinking, McGlynn, make that run, man.
Switching fields again, this time to Ream, making it all the way out to Artson on the left, who delayed. If he would have just jumped and took it down the line immediately, he had space. But he decided to go inside with it, and I don't know why. There was nobody out there.
Ooh, nice play by TNT there.
Yeah.
TNT.
That's dynamite.
TNT.
We're going to win that fight. Oh my God, Arson is straight ass. The straight ass card.
It's not even straight, it's stray.
It's
He's
straight.
He's stray ass.
Man, he's stray ass, man. Where are you from, Untouchable?
That's not a Chicago accent.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm originally from the region.
I don't know what he's doing there. Honestly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do know what you mean. And I just said it. Like, there's all the space out left. They're just giving it to him. And he decides to cut inside right into the player that's covering him. What the fuck is that? Stupidity, dude. They were like giving you the left. Bring in Tolkien. Yes.
I don't make a massive change. Let's make small changes. And we're losing a lot on our left. That's simple as that.
Yeah.
Arson's simply slowing the play down or not making the pass he needs to make. He'll get a cross from time to time. That's good.
I'm not saying he's played like ass the whole game, but that was poor. They're like, go ahead, have it. Nah, I'm not. I'm just going to slow down here and cut inside. What the fuck are you doing? They're like saying, go ahead, have it. Then take it. Take it. You got a left foot. You got a good cross. You've already proven you can cross it. Take the left, then do it.
Soccer Satan says, where's Johnny Cardoso?
Sick.
He's got the same thing Damian Downs has.
Ball rash. Testicular rash.
Figured out that guys can't scissor like that. Come on, guys.
Oh, my God. Trinidad almost had a goal.
Holy crapple.
What the fuck?
Wowzers. Is that ream on him? I know Freeze had enough of a touch that made a difference, right?
Freeman got burned. Absolutely fucking burned. Richards comes back to save the day.
It was Freeze. Yeah.
Freeze got a hand on this, and without Richards slowing the ball down, Freeze wouldn't have got a hand on that.
I know there was a guy right there, but that's the kind of bad away that you would expect a goalkeeper to make, right? Further out wide.
Better, yes. I mean, all of a sudden, that whole scenario of plays sucked. Our Freeman got totally exposed on that. Totally exposed. It's like he didn't have any spatial awareness either.
Yeah.
Like,
to jump back on a previous conversation, Scally is at home going, hey, we're playing well, but my stock is safe. As backup to Jess, of course.
Agumon doing some testicular to testicular action here on that tackle.
Yeah, that would have been a goal.
It should have been.
Breeze absolutely saved the day. And obviously Richards' pressure. Did Richards touch it too?
Yeah, he got a little touch on it that slowed it down enough for Freeze to get his hand on it. I didn't think that spatial awareness is we're talking about Kartik on this show. We're not going to talk about Kartik on this show. Kartik doesn't really do a whole lot of tactical commentary. I wouldn't consider him an expert in that area for sure. Yeah, Freeman's got to be more aware. He's lucky that at least Richards was there to at least throw a body in front of that guy. I mean, you saw the guy making the long pass. You kind of know where the ball's going to land.
Yeah.
You got to get in front of that guy. You don't go,
I think this is another instance where he lost track of his man because he casually turned to the side and the guy was right there chesting it down already. So I think that was another case of Freeman losing his man.
Yeah, I think but you saw the pass coming, right?
Yeah, well, my thought process, he lost his man, and then when he turned, because he was just going to turn and run with the ball out of bounds towards the byline, he finally, at that point, he realized, oh, shit, I lost my man again. That's what I'm saying. The McChronicle says Matt Freeze already making a case to be number one.
I don't think that's that hard to do. I think Turner's just been poor.
Yeah, and you got to sit there and say, like, well, geez, it's got to be Stefan or Schulte maybe at that point. But then again, they're either injured all the time or not available.
Look at fucking Trinidad now playing a high line because I think they just realized, fuck it, let's try it. Because there's one thing the U.S. men's national team is bad at, and that is getting out of a high press. At least we're getting to practice this a little. Because this is what every team's going to do. But they're not going to wait till the second half to do it.
You know, Colin's right. He could use Gazan. Gazan could be an option at this point. Fuck. Wouldn't that be nuts? He hasn't played in like 5-6 years, and all of a sudden he cracks and number one for 2026. That'd be nuts.
Would be a pair of shaved bald nuts. Absolutely.
Wouldn't you rather have Brennan Aronson at fullback? Soccer saved for $2. God, his defensive ability would be shambles at that point.
No.
Maybe a wing back with the 3 center backs. At least you could open up the width a bit more. But even then, I wouldn't try it.
Why is Aguiman still playing? Because all we got is Brian White. Dominic Downs has a ball rash. Same one that what's his face came down with.
I agree, Colin. Reem doesn't look that slow, and he's looking pretty good so far.
He's got really good spatial awareness, obviously. That's his it's probably his biggest soccer IQ in that, which are connected.
Oof. Yeah, they're pressing heavy. They're pressing heavy.
Yeah, Trinidad's not fucking around right now. They're like, we're not going out.
There's Luna.
All right. Guess who's got it? Our Pele.
Mm-hmm.
De La Torre up the field. This is probably the furthest up the field we've seen him in a while. Reem.
Slow down.
Back to the middle.
Slow down, recover.
Freeman. Back to Reem. I think you're further in a second behind me. De La Torre into the center to Tillman. Tillman inside to Aguiman, who immediately fell down like a fucking dying baby giraffe.
I had to believe that because that looked like the center back also went down on him. That's right.
But dude, you're that big. You can't go down that easy. I'm sorry. And if it is, it's got to
go down on you.
It's got to be a fucking foul. Oh my! Who did the splits there? It's a Richards, and Richard gets to it first. All right. Trinidad Tobago I don't know what was said at halftime, but they have waken up here.
What they said at halftime was like, guys, you have to bust your ass going forward because we're down 3-0. With any hopes to get out of group, we got to close that gap. Not even get the win. They need goals just to close the goal differential.
I think the coach said, hey, you're embarrassing. You're embarrassing your country. Get the fuck out there and play. That's not what I imagine he said at halftime.
Larry says they subbed 3 starters back on.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
That helps. I know Sealy came on. Is that all it takes? Putting 3 starters in and now we're fucked? Oh, get it out wide! Out wide! He's wide open! He's fucking wide! Oh, too late. Fucking wait.
You got it out wide, Derek. You did what you wanted him to do.
Yeah, 10 seconds too late. Aguiman, all body and, well, baby giraffe stuff. That pass needed to be hit immediately out wide before the whole fucking defense showed up. This replay needs to go back further. Okay, shoot! Oh my God. That was atrocious, Arson. Holy Christ.
Wait,
you're taught at such a young age. I don't know who that was then.
No. That was Arson. I'm asking if he's right.
He's left-footed.
Why did he shoot this right?
Shoot, Luna! Not enough power on it. That's one thing that I think Luna could work on better. Power. in a shot. He does not have a rocket. Yeah, that's not a rocket. He needs to get more of his body into that. Get his chest over it.
It's a nice place ball and everything, but yeah, it's just not powerful enough to get past an international game.
I do like his placement, but yeah, it's got to have more oomph.
Ashton brings up a point. You said Brian White's our only center forward available, but Haji Wright is also available.
That's true, and I just don't think that Poach rates Haji Wright. I don't think he does. It's time for some subs, though. This team is getting outplayed now. All right, here we go. Luna on the break. Looking for a pass. Hachiman did not make the run he wanted him to make. Some fancy shit from Trinidad there.
Mm-hmm.
Flip pass thing. Behind the back. Oh, the Pacers, by the way. Yeah, series is now tied.
2-2, yeah.
They were dominating that game, the whole game, until the last 4 minutes.
Did you hear? Go ahead.
We got Pacered. That's what happened.
Did you hear this was after the third game, I think, when they announced this, but there's some rapper, I guess, that placed $1 million on Oklahoma winning by game 5.
Well.
And by game 3, that million's gone.
It's a goner.
That was a choice. I mean, he would have tripled his money. He would have got $3 million in return. So I guess it was worth it.
It depends on how many more millions you got.
He took credit out for that million bet.
Yeah. Arson out wide.
Which home equity do I have?
To Tillman. Tillman playing with these people. He's just playing. Oh, God. Damn, he got hurt.
Oof.
He got nailed.
Playing advantage, I guess. Somebody crush them.
Yeah, that's a good point by Stu. He got crushed because he's fucking around with these guys. And they're like, you're not fucking around with us anymore. We're going to lay your ass out. Quit playing with us. Quit toying with us. Fucking put it through their legs and just totally making them look like children.
Nice turn.
Well, TNT are back into this game.
Because it's TNT.
With dynamite.
All we need now is a Wile E. Coyote. Let's blow them up prematurely.
Tillman seems fine.
Yeah, no, he took a hit.
Yep.
But you take a hit, doesn't matter how hard you hit, matters how quickly you get back up. Paraphrasing Rocky there.
Yeah, this is a different TNT team right now, and I think we need to fucking wake the fuck up.
Well, it's just like Larry said, it's fresh subs. Starters came back on, but they're also pressing and they're also attacking.
Ooh, God.
I mean, I think their hope was to hold us to a tie or maybe a low scoring game. But once the goals started coming in and they're just getting overrun, their hope of staying up or staying out of or into the knockout group was going down quicker and quicker.
All right. Please, no one fuck this up. Who's bringing this out? I don't even know who the fuck that is. Richards. Yep.
Can't tell by the giant head of hair?
Yeah, I should have been able to. Good day, Latore.
Who are you bringing in for this match?
Tolkien. Shit. Midfield, I'm not even sure who's available.
I think our center duo is going to last all 90. I think we're looking at somebody like Paxton Aronson or Brendan Aronson, probably just for pace. Well, Paxton's more than pace. I'm not saying that by any means, but I'm saying they're definitely workhorses.
I mean, at this point, can we see somebody else other than Aguiman? I'll take Brian White at this point. Trinidad's bringing some subs. Nice little flick there to T and for Luca De La Torre. McGlynn, LDGT. Ooh, with some slick ass moves out there wide. Back to McGlynn. Hammer it in. Oh, Tillman to Aguiman. I don't know. Why didn't Aguiman hold that ball up a little more? Like, just put your foot on top of the ball, right? And say, hey, come tackle me. Come tackle me.
Get your shoe back on, man. We need you in there. Can't be a man down. Blow the fucking whistle.
They're getting super physical with Tillman now. Here we go. We got an Aronson brother. We got McKenzie coming in. We got Haji Wright coming in.
Did everybody go to the same barber?
I guess.
They have the same fucking haircut. They just want to confuse the fuck out of us.
It makes it so hard to fucking call a game when everybody's got the same hairdos.
I feel like everybody's like, everyone went up to Richards, go, Richards, dude, we're all getting the same haircuts. And he's sitting there like, fuck no. I want everybody to see my hair coming, okay?
It was the one benefit of Zardes.
I agree. McKenzie does seem like an odd sub unless we are going with a 3-back.
It's probably coming in for a Ream. He's old.
That's fair. That's fair.
He's tired. He's old. That's
everybody and their mothers coming in, apparently.
One of their bonuses of Zardes' hairdo was you always knew when he had the ball.
Exactly. And that's why I thank Luna for doing it. Although we can always tell who Luna is on the field. But Jose Reyes for $2 says, I know it's TNT, but this is the Malik I wanted.
Yes, I know.
100%.
We finally got the Malik we've all been asking for.
Mm-hmm. They're showing a lot of Malik goals here. Is he going to get subbed off?
Yep.
Well, they're showing all the goals, I guess.
So, Tillman off.
Fighters Latin says, Haji for Patty. I don't know if he knows more than we know, but.
Aronson on. Haji Wright coming on from Ajiman. Mark McKenzie. Who else?
I think it's just those three.
So it isn't Ream.
Nope. He wouldn't be taking that. Yeah, they have to be going to a back 3. Taking what, Arson up, maybe?
No. Tillman's still on. Luna off.
For who? Oh, Brandon?
Aaron.
What about McKenzie? Who's he coming in for?
I don't know. McGlynn off. McKenzie on. Back 3.
Okay.
So off is Aguiman, McGlynn, and Luna. On Aronson, Wright, and McKenzie. Back 3. Yes, back 3. That's like, we're just going to sew this up. Make sure it stays 3-0. Play with the back 3. Change the formation a bit.
Although Soccer State may have had it right there. Brendan Aronson at fullback.
You think?
Nah.
No. Arson's still on. Freeman's still on.
Yeah.
They're going to play wingbacks. And then you got McKenzie, Richards, Ream as the back 3. So you move kind of to a 3-5 or a 3-6.
I think the rep is playing the scoreline like ridiculously for the fouls, man, because it's gotten significantly dirtier since halftime. Or more physical. I don't want to say dirtier, I guess.
Rough for Tillman.
Everybody. I mean, even Luca De La Torre got reamed from behind right there. But watch it. We go in on a tackle, they're going to get the foul called. I guarantee it. He called the jersey, which is the right call. Don't get me wrong. But I only missed that one on Tillman or Aguilar in the first half.
It's a total change of formation. This is like a 5-3-2. Ah, 5-3-2. So says Stu too. Right after I said it, by the way. So great minds think alike.
Second ball. There we go. So we got McKenzie out right.
2 up top are Aronson and Wright.
Oh, he's not playing like a. Well, I guess Haji's not even up there either.
The only one up top right now is Haji.
Oh, Haji's up there. Yeah.
It's like a 1-1.
Solo striker.
1-1 up top. Chris Richards got burned there.
Yep. It's like a unicorn haircut. That's weird.
It is a weird haircut. Brendan immediately shows his quality. So true, Untouchables. Immediately loses possession. Ream with a great clearance, except it's straight to Trinidad. Tillman doing some defensive work too. Oh, but he got bodied. So we still win it back.
Bodied, but we got the ball though.
Damn.
Arson put the ball up your fucking foot.
Well, there's no one to go to, dude. You see that?
Play it up, man. Yeah, pulled it back though. They're all back there.
I mean, there was no one to fucking pass that to.
Sometimes I guess you just gotta hoof it, man.
He could have hoofed it. Freeze's feet, fine. Not any issues today.
No.
He hasn't been asked to do much, but when he hasn't had a blunder.
Even the Turkey game was fine. His distribution was fine.
Yep. I think we have a new number 1. I'll be honest with you.
Like, pick your poison, which foul you want, man. Larry, I know that you want them to score, but no, I'm sorry. It's like bam, bam, reaming from behind. Can't go through the player.
Soccer Satan says, get Tillman out of there. Save his ass.
Save him. Yeah, save him at this point.
They're going to fucking injure that dude. Oh, I got to stretch them legs. Oh, yeah. Great. Great Basin says, I miss Pepe. Yeah, dude. Love to have Pepe right now.
Luca De La Torre's had a couple passes this game that I was just like, what were you passing to?
Yes. Richards leaves it for Freeze.
Good play, good play. Dalton says they're stepping on our toes.
Yes, they're definitely getting seriously physical. I think something was said at halftime, like, you motherfuckers are playing like pussies. You're embarrassing our fucking whole nation, you little fucking pussy farts. You want to be known as pussy farts? Keep playing like this. From the legend himself. Right?
What are these fucking replays? Fuck's sake.
Dwight York calls you a queef, man. You got it. That's a call to arms.
Untouchables gonna say more German accents.
I know. I'm not really good on the Trinidad Tobago accent.
Everyone's got a German accent, right?
I don't really think that was the German one, though. But then I just might not be capable of anything.
Oh, the jersey, the sideline official's right there.
Except when I'm the dog. That is not a German accent when I'm the dog. You buttonhooked me, man. Paxton Aronson's about to come in. This is the Aronson Redemption Project, Brett. After that game versus Switzerland, somebody's got to pull.
They stopped the chance because his own player shouldered him in the face. And Hadji did the exact same thing that Aguiman did and slipped on the turf. Larry says, dude, just do a Caribbean accent. Or Caribbean, however you want to word it.
Somebody's got to pull the dildos out of the Aronson brothers' asses and get redemption.
Oh, Brendan.
Bam!
Oh, Brendan, do it.
Go, Brendan fucking Aronson!
Hey.
It's Dark Brendan.
Dark Brendan.
Dark Brendan from the pitches of Satan's hell, from Satan's anus, comes Brendan Aronson to score a goal. We're all losing our shit for him. It's fucking amazing.
Nibble says, Dark Brendan back?
He's back for 5 minutes. Dark Brendan, quick move. Boom. Goal.
I can't believe you beat him near post, quite frankly. I mean, Brendan had the entire far post wide open on that shot. He shot near post. Watch. Look at that. How did he sneak that through, man?
Was number 4 even trying to play the ball? I mean, he just let him through. It's like, hey, have it.
Maybe he's watched all the Leeds game and he knew that Brendan couldn't score that. Okay, that's not necessarily true. He had, 7 goals, 6 goals this season?
Yeah, dude, it's a rarity.
God, man, that beating him near post like that, though, that's
well, it's not just on the goalie. That fucking defender's like, yeah, sure, cut it inside, have a shot.
Yeah, have a shot, take a chance. We're down 3-0, just rip it, miss a goal. 3 of us were right there. Jesus, guys. There you go, Tillman. Get on, Tillman. You got pulled down for it. You can blow. We got advantage, I guess.
Yeah,
you're pulled the fuck down, man.
You're like 2 seconds behind me. Aronson. Lose it. You gotta pass it, dude. You can't have like 5 guys around you and expect that shit to happen. Richard just got beat. Good stop by Freeze.
Well, I mean, he got beat due to pace.
Yeah, well, he got also beat because he didn't see the pass coming.
That's fair.
Down the line to Hadji Wright. Oh, yeah, it's another goal. Gotta be. Yes, it is, baby cakes.
Nice slot. Just placed in that far post, man.
Look at Hadji. He's not even celebrating. He's like, fuck yeah, dude. What the fuck? Why did this motherfucker to put me in earlier, bitch? This is what you would have got all game long, Poach. Bitch.
Look at Poach. He's saying like, God, maybe I should have started.
You should have started it. I'm sorry. He's better than Aguiman in every fucking way. Does he look like a goddamn dying baby giraffe when he gets the ball? Fuck no, he doesn't. And can he dribble? Yes. Does he have control? Yes. Is he have way more class than Aguiman has in? He has more class in a pinky than fucking Aguiman has in his whole body. Please. Needs to start at center forward. Poach asking an assistant what that player's name is again.
Hey, isn't that our left winger?
Is that the left wing guy?
What's he doing up there?
Oh, he scored, huh? He's kind of good at center forward too. Oh, okay. I got mental note taken. Yeah, all right. Hope so, fucker. Hope so.
Ring with time.
Yeah,
all the time.
That's all that's left in this game is time.
We took the wind out of their bat sail.
Like I said, yeah, the only thing left in this game is time now. Because it's not about who's going to win. Right. Oh, that was Paxton, I think, who had a little spaz out moment there. It wasn't perfect pass, but
you sure it's Paxton? I mean, did Paxton come in yet?
Yes.
That was Brandon, dude. That was 11. Paxton's 21, right?
I think Paxton's playing deeper. He's playing in the midfield.
He's right there. He's right there, in the center, basically,
right
where Sebastian was.
In front of the back three.
And Sebastian's still in there. So must have been looking at Tiller come out.
Yep.
Yeah, Orson, we move forward.
Look at how more competent Wright is when he comes back to pick up the ball. Fuck.
Yeah, he's gonna get called offside. Doesn't matter, he said though.
Yeah, it's offside, Sam.
Yeah, he was clearly offside.
Anyone watch Messi last night? I did, Soccer Satan.
Oh, you know what though? I don't know if that was offside. I mean, I didn't see that once he passed it. Maybe he was a toe off, but that was close.
Robinson gets 4 minutes. Look like Richards is getting a little tired. There at the end. Larry says Brendo sucks. Not surprising you'd say that, Larry. Not right. I don't think so. I mean, we'll see. Maybe this team kind of.
Derek, can this side beat my Mexico?
That's what I was saying. I think maybe, but I'm not for sure. I don't know this team real well. I'll be honest with you, none of us do. Who are half the guys on this team? We're kind of all figuring that out together, aren't we? The Freemans and the Arstons and the McGlynn's. I mean, we kind of know who they are on their club teams. I don't know who they are in this national team yet. I'm starting to build some opinions, obviously.
Well, I mean, as a whole, as a team, I think the Mexico side is definitely better and stronger. However, they are going to recognize that, and they're going to do what Mexico does usually against us, and they're going to attack us, which is going to open up the pitch, which works in our advantage, quite frankly. Now, I'm not saying that we will beat them, but I'm just saying that style, when they start playing their game, will open up the pitch and open up the game for us.
It does with our A team.
Yeah.
I don't know if this team is skilled enough to pull that off.
I'd be surprised if Mexico ever alters their game to play.
They're not going to alter their game. The real question is, and you're right, they're not altering shit.
Yeah.
Is this team skilled enough, like our A team, like our A team, to defeat the Mexicans at their own game? Lately, yes. The answer has been yes. We can do that. Yeah, that's ridiculous tackle. Ridiculous. Some better passing this time around, but I mean, this isn't Switzerland we're playing. But
no,
Trinidad's certainly playing with more ball sack in the second half, but it's not been enough. They've been more physical. They played a higher line. It's not enough.
Larry says, "Hey, why the fuck is Malik still in?" I feel you on that one, man. I don't know why we didn't sub him out.
Give him a rest.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You could have just pulled Malik out and threw Miles back there and played 4 center backs in the back.
Yeah.
Why not? Is that Freeman that slipped there and stopped with his chest somehow?
Oh, yeah. Looks like it. I guess Tolkien's not going to get a look today. I guess Tolkien's not impressing in practice compared to, say, Freeman. And compared, at least at one point, to Harriel, which is shocking.
Mm. Well, what's going to... Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate football sometimes. So Arsenal has 2 assists. And he's got an 8.9 rating right now.
What?
Oh, man.
All right, for the 351 of you here, make sure you like, subscribe, share with your grandma. When this game does end, Tactical Manager will be joining us for the post game. I believe Pete is on the. He's working. He's doing a play, and I keep forgetting the name of the play, and that's my bad.
The Streetcar Desire, whatever it's called.
No. I wouldn't forget that.
Streetcar called Desire. That's it.
A street named. Say that again.
It's a
streetcar called Desire. Yes.
Named.
Named Desire. Yeah. Streetcar named Desire.
Bravado says Pete has explosive diarrhea, according to Tact.
He says that every time. He's got that same testicular rash that Damian Downs has.
Manuel says, I left Tact's watch along just too negative.
Well, he's about to join us here.
Like Nick Kruger's idea. Put Brett in.
I'll tell you what.
Coach.
Tact's going to come here. We'll see how negative we can if we can pep him up a bit. We're going to talk about his negativity when he comes here, by the way.
He's become jaded. The Berhalter here broke him, and then the poor performances of recent just may have turned him to the dark side.
Derek, what are your views
you're going to step into that
on
one,
the
Derek?
current Israel-Iran conflict? I just think that I hope it stops soon at this point. I have a lot of other opinions on that, but I don't run a political show, so I'm not going to bring it up. Not going to go there.
And that's game.
That's game. My guess is Tact's going to join us as soon as he possibly can. He wants to get in and get out, would be my guess.
All right, Derek. Let's take a look at some of these scores here.
At least, I think the guys in the studio here in Fox are not going to jizz all over the wall about this game. I hope they don't.
I think Loss is going to take it into consideration that it's fucking Trinidad. So,
but not old Lawless.
Going to have a clip show with that. Yeah.
Old Lawless and Rob Stone would be jizzing all over the walls about this game in the old days. They'd be like, "Hey, Jesus Ferreira, squirt, squirt, squirt."
Back hat tricks.
Even in the build-up earlier today in the preview, fucking Rob Stone was talking about Jesus Ferreira still.
Hey, here's a viable option. Why not?
I hope there was a little bit of a grin from Lawless on that, saying, "Yeah, let's not do that again. Let's not squirt for Jesus Ferreira all over the walls."
So we can hold on to these score lines until Tech gets here and hide it for the time being. Oh,
there he is. What's up, brother?
Are you eating a pretzel just like Derek was?
He's eating a pretzel? No, I probably eating pumpkin spice Oktoberfest. We're like,
so you have that sitting in your house for like 6 months here?
No. So they sent me a bunch of these for the TST, and they're delicious. These granola bars. So I had some for the team, but I kept some for myself because it's really good.
Hey, did you everybody walk away from that like satisfied?
The
TST. everybody on the team and everybody walk away from that being like, hey, yeah, we gave it the old college try. We did the best we could.
My team, I don't want to get into the stories, but let's just put it this way. A good amount of those players ain't coming back because of off-the-field issues.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're partnering with Weston McKinney?
No. I wish I had Weston McKinney. They were just – some of them were just imbeciles would be the word.
Damn. And did you get to like individually interview them, pick them for the team, or do you have help from outside? Or
I didn't have time because I was having to organize the logistics and have to figure out sponsorship because it costs a lot of money to do it.
Yeah, it does.
Now this next year, the investor liked it. There's others, so money's no longer a problem. Now we can actually bring a very good team. Some guys will stay, but I didn't meet Breck Shea there, but I met Jeff Cameron, and Jeff Cameron gave me his jersey, actually, the Concaifa one.
Oh,
nice.
This was a beautiful jersey. But I didn't meet Breck Shea because I don't know what Breck was doing.
Well, he was playing for Concaifa, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He scored. He qualified.
Yeah, absolutely. Huh.
But
Derek, you've been describing as Agumon as looking like a giraffe out there. I think Breck
a
Shea
baby
giraffe out there
giraffe.
as well, man.
Baby giraffe. Yes.
Look, I'll put it this way. This was a game where most players stood out or at least played well. Obviously, because of the opponent, that's the context. But there were two players that looked out of place, one more than the other. Agumon still looked like he was at the level of the Trinidad and Tobago players. Doesn't look good. Right. And I actually thought Arfston, for some reason, was extremely shaky on defense multiple times. I know he's not a left back, right? He's more of a winger.
Yep.
But even going forward, not very effective. Those two to me were the two negatives. Everyone else to me looked good or pretty damn good. I know the opponent sucks, but I mean, you have to look good, and they look good. Yeah. I'd say the subs were good too.
I'll say this much though. You brought up Arson. How could you say Arson looked out of place when he was clearly our second, or actually now, second highest rated player according to FootMob. 9.0, man.
That's why we take FootMob with a grain of salt right there.
Yes, we do.
Those are also some dude. His assists. What were the assists? The one for Brendan that he just passed it to him to a corner, and Brendan had to blow by someone, and the goalkeeper needed to have Edward Lettuce hands had to just let it in.
Yeah.
Like what
post?
What was the other assist? What was the other assist that he got?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
I don't know. He could have had one earlier with Agumon, but Agumon couldn't, put it in.
That's
whoa. Agumon had a great score too of an 8.1.
Yeah, I just agree.
He got a goal, guys. He got a goal.
I don't care. I think Agumon. I'm sorry, Haji Wright. His celebration or non-celebration after scoring was kind of like saying with his chest out, "Fuck that shit. I should have started this game. Fuck you." That's what that looked like to me because there was no celebration whatsoever.
Haji Wright only got a 7.2, dude. Literally not starting next match.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it this way: the FootMob ratings are on Fraud Watch right now.
No, they've been on. They're
100%.
a sponsor of yours, but they have been on Fraud Watch on our show for 3 years.
Holy crap!
3 years.
Are they not even on Fraud Watch anymore? Are they on Fraud Alert?
It's way about Watch, yeah. For us, we have been bashing FootMob for a long time. About 3 years on this show.
The thing is, the app is really good for many things. That's the
right.
thing.
I mean, I don't want to bust on your sponsor, but I mean, there are things that they do well. Some things they don't do well. Like they often start with like incomprehensible lineups with people in positions they don't play, and they don't fix them except for like an hour after the game. They still have guys that are center forwards playing center back, and you're like, what are you doing here? What's going on?
Here's a player fact for Arson. Max Arson was the most fouled player with 3 times. Well, that's because the ref didn't blow anything for Tillman.
Yeah, I think Arfston was just tripping all over his own foot or ankle or whatever, and they were just calling fouls. It's just Yeah, him getting a 9 rating is quite remarkable. He's almost the man of the match. Sebastian Berhalter got a 6.6 and actually thought he was decent.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'm not. Yeah, these scores never make any sense to me anyhow, so I'm not really surprised. But there were a few things I was surprised about. I'm surprised we didn't see any John Tolkien. I'm not sure what that's about. And I don't know what's going on there because I thought he looked fine against the Swiss.
Yeah, I think that Pochettino just has a crushy crush on Arfsen. Yeah. It's a bit weird. We don't get it. We're not going to understand it. I think Tolkien is a more complete player than Arfsen. Attacking, I think they're both kind of mid, but Tolkien is definitely better on defense when needed. Not a great defender by any means, but definitely better than Arfsen.
They both cross well. I don't know.
Not under pressure, right? Not under pressure.
Well,
I don't know about Tolkien, but definitely not Arfsen.
Well, Arfsen also missed a header and whatever else in the last game too. That you should have scored the Turkey game.
So Colin comes to your chat, but he never shows up on mine.
I think there's a hate thing going on there.
Yeah, he never shows up on my chat. He abandoned me, Colin, but he's clearly here.
Yes, no, he's always here. That's how it goes.
Edgar Garcia for $5 says even the commentator said Aguiman looked out of place in Barfson, LOL.
In Barfson, that's the new name of Barfson. That's just more. We've been getting Barfson all night. Have you been getting that one?
I think someone said it, and I kept saying it to Barfston. I just felt bad for the guy because you can clearly see the effort, like he's trying. It's just not really his place.
There are too many times where he would collect the ball and just kill the pace moving forward.
And at one point they literally gave him the whole freaking left side. And live, I said, "There it is. Go take it. Go. They're giving it to you." Instead, he slowed down the ball, cut the ball in, and made a horrible pass to the middle of the field and lost possession. Yeah. And so, I don't want to just kill him because I don't think he was horrible. I just think that didn't look right because he's not a left back. He's a left wing back. Period.
Yeah, not a very good one, by the way. So there's that too.
Well, okay, let's be fair. For Columbus, he's been fine this year. It's been pretty damn good for Columbus. I've watched my fair share of Arson on Columbus, and when he's a left wing back and has no defensive duties to speak of, and all he does is go forward, he scores goals and he gets assists for Columbus. Now, that's not the national team. Now, when does that translate to the national team? I don't know. 2 years from now, 4 years from now, when he is a little bit older and has a better soccer IQ, and I don't know. But he's not ready for prime time. He's not ready for the World Cup. So
now, Derek, I have a question for you. Are the Trinidad and Tobago ratings fair?
Looks like some red and some orange.
Why
not? They weren't great. They were poor in the first half. Is as bad as I've seen them play in a while.
Their subs picked it up.
Yes, second half was better.
Their subs definitely had the better ratings, which matches their performance. I mean, quite frankly, they were in shambles in that first half, and then they went on more of an offensive press, higher press against us in the second half with the subs. So who knows? I mean, I think the ratings were fitting.
Yeah, Eldon Hassick for $2 says Footmod gave 7.2 to the CDM for Auckland in a 10-0 loss.
Oh, I need to see this. I need to look this up.
Yeah, this is hilarious. I don't think it's still 7.2, but if it is.
No, it's 7.1. He's serious.
It hasn't been adjusted?
No, they lost 10-0 and the guy got a 7.1.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Now, we were talking about early, by the way, as well. This example from
Hold on, let me just say one thing.
Yeah.
He got a higher rating than Harry Kane. In a 10-0 loss.
Well, I was saying earlier, and you can back us up on this one, the Club World Cup is a great example. The Oceania should only have one entry, even in an expanded Club World Cup. I am sorry, but even one's too much.
I disagree. I think it should be half. They should go play that Interconfederation playoff or whatever.
I was going to say that too. Yeah.
That's fine too, because I was saying Oceania, the best team in Oceania should have to go into Asia to beat somebody from Asia to get their spot, because we're leaving a good team out for crap. Auckland City does not belong in the Club World Cup, and Fiji does not belong in the World Cup. And we're going to get Fiji and New Zealand from here until eternity in
Fiji
the
makes
World
good
Cup.
water, though. They make good water.
It's not enough. It's not enough. I don't even think that water comes from Fiji. That's just
It's
the
called
name.
Fiji. Where else would it come from? If you
the
have a
name.
water, and look,
My
Eric,
toilet.
if you have a water and you call it Mexico, it better come from Mexico.
It should, but I'm just telling you that water's from the toilet.
commercials. The commercials for Fiji show a nice little waterfall and a mountainous environment. So I mean, it looks like a place called Fiji. So
All right. Well, you two are suckers. You know that water's not from Fiji. Both of you know that. It's not. Go look on the bottle itself.
Where is it from? China?
Probably.
Probably.
Made
From
in
my
China.
from my toilet. That's where it's from.
Doesn't the United States have like more than a third of the fresh water in the world?
Yeah, I don't think that Fiji has. I'm sure there's a couple fresh springs on that very tiny island in the middle of the Pacific, but I don't think there's enough to fill all the bottles of water that have been sent all over the world. Like we're talking about millions of bottles, right? It's just tap water from Michigan. I wouldn't doubt that. Yeah.
Although Flint's been better. Flint's better now.
Yeah.
They fixed that problem.
All right. So, by the way, before I get off this topic, Tact, who picked your team then? Who was the guy who picked the team?
For TSC?
TSC.
Well, it had to be mainly so just so you know, a few things that happened that I can tell you. Who picked the teams? It was mainly going through the players as recruiting because I don't have time for that. I didn't have time. This year I will have time. But just so you know, a few things that happened. One of our players traveled with us and he just left the first day, took a flight, got scared and left. I'm dead serious. That one player. Another player couldn't get in the country due to visa issues. That was another player that couldn't get in. One player asked for money last minute, which I shall not name, and just left. And there's a fourth one that just disappeared the day we drove up to North Carolina. Just literally disappeared. Just didn't want to go.
Is he from Cuba?
What?
Was he from Cuba?
No, Brazilian here. So it was 4 guys that we were missing. That was an issue with the bench. And then there were issues there off the field. But at the end of the day, next year, we're going to bring a big budget finally. And I'm going to build a roster entirely. And then we'll see how it goes.
How much money do we have to pay you to get our Beavis and Butthead sticker onto something on your TST game?
Honestly, if I get all the budget, if I get the whole budget sorted out, we can probably put it in the back of the jersey, even no cost. If I can get the whole budget sorted out.
Official mascots.
Yeah. It would be fun. It would be fun if you guys could at least show up there and I can get you free tickets.
No. I mean, let's do it. That sounds fucking great. We're going to be going to the game in Columbus in September. So it'll be our first outing since we started the show again. That'll be fun. And we'll talk to some fans and hopefully we don't get beat up. Hopefully. I mean, we're large mammals. I mean, if you want to take us on.
Derek, I've been to games, USMNT games, after all the trash talk people do on Twitter. They're all super kind. Everyone's super kind. I've never had an issue. Everyone is super nice. I think the people that talk shit on Twitter, they probably don't go to games. And if they go, if they see you, they'll just ignore you. Mostly the people that like you, they come up to you and talk to you. So my experience in every USMNT game has always been extremely positive.
That's good. Good news because, I don't need conflict. But I also think that, you're probably right. Most people don't either. So that's good. And I don't think, besides our tossing salad jokes, there's really, if that offends you, is that enough to start a fight about? I don't think so.
I just want to know how many people are going to come up to us and introduce us to their stepsister.
I would probably not introduce you guys to their stepsister, but at the same time, you guys will be fine. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no words.
By the way, this is something we get on our feed on the end while you're doing your show. People will show up and I had to leave Tech show. He was just being too negative. Are you going to the dark side?
What dark side?
Well, that's what people are saying. You've gone to the dark side.
Yeah. After the years you've been beaten down by Berhalter, and then now we're playing like.
I mean,
crap.
like, what? It depends on what. I need to know when they're saying that I'm being too negative, because for someone to be too negative, it has to mean they're being negative in a situation where it's either neutral or positive, and he's still being negative. Now, if you're being negative and it's a negative situation, you're not too negative. You're just reacting to the situation. To be fair, with the U.S. men's national team over the past 12 months, it's been mostly negative. Today I wasn't too negative. Definitely not too negative today.
I mean, I think what somebody explained to me.
Hard to be on a 5-0 win.
Gotten to the point where you've totally given up on the current generation. Is that true?
Say it again.
People said you've gotten to the point where you've given up on this current generation. You're ready to move on.
I'm pretty close.
Okay.
I wouldn't say entirely.
Pretty negative.
I wouldn't say entirely, but I've grown to see this generation as many entitled losers at this point, until proven otherwise. Christian Pulisic's interview with CBS was kind of disgusting, the way he was behaving and talking about it. Even when he said something like, yeah, and then I come back and score goals and no one cares. And I don't understand why Pochettino, just the way it screamed entitlement. And it becomes very unlikable. This generation, for the most part, for many fans, it has become very unlikable, the generation, which is weird because if you go 4 years ago, this was the generation we liked the most and we defended them for 4 years. But it's not just results. It's also the way they're behaving, the seeming like they don't care, which they, like Pulisic said, it's absurd. But I mean, Christian Pulisic, if only there was a way for you to prove that you care. Right? It's not crying when you miss out on the World Cup. That's not proving you care. And it's just the way they've been behaving and the results. That is the biggest issue. I haven't given up on them, but I would say it's pretty close. I hope they bounce back and they can. Winning the Gold Cup this summer, even without the stars, would be a big start. And hopefully starting to play well during the friendlies after, and we can go back to the hype and believing in this team. But I mean, I'm sorry. Anyone that believes in this team right now is a little bit delusional just based off the results and everything that's happening.
Yeah, I here's my thought. I felt like Pulisic had to come onto that show and say what he did because I really felt like he felt that U.S. Soccer and Poch, when Poch went on to Landon's show and Timmy's show, he kind of started to feel like these dudes are all just throwing me under the bus. They're not even mentioning that I threw my hand up and said, I'll play two. I want to play the two friendlies. Like they're not even giving people context. And whether that fixes what you're saying, which is he's still entitled in the sense that he's saying, hey, I just want to play 2 games and then I want to break. Like that is kind of a sense of entitlement. I've earned that. I'm Christian Pulisic and I play on a big team and I'm tired. And so, Poch put his foot down and said,
what about the Instagram post too?
Which one was that?
The one that he put just what the doctor ordered. That seemed
with the horse?
Doctor's orders, whatever. That seemed very specific, the caption, right?
Yeah, that was a bad look.
Exactly. He could have stayed quiet. Well, that's what I talk about entitlement.
100% that was a bad look. It shouldn't have even been posted. Or if you do post it, just don't say any goddamn words about it.
Or even his dad, right? His dad can shut up. Pulisic could have just gone on CBS. Pulisic could have also gone on CBS before any of the criticism came up and talked about it right away. Hey, guys, I talked to Pochettino. Could have done that. He tried to do damage control. And if you rewatch the interview, which I'm sure you guys watched, you reacted to it already.
Yep.
A lot of the comments scream entitlement, like the one that lazy take. It's like, guys, it's not a lazy take. It's literally a take based on what people are seeing and feeling. Like the fact that we lose to Panama and Weston McKennie's in a hookah bar, right? These are the reasons. It's not a lazy take. It's just people reacting to what they're seeing. It's not just a silly reaction. And it's not one person. It's not one idiot on YouTube like myself. It's many people with the same opinion, thousands of people with the same opinion. It's just one of those where Pulisic, if he wants to win everyone back, because I know a lot of people are pissed off at him, just kind of like shut up and actually perform for the national team and lead this team to glory. That's all we want. I just want this team to win.
Yeah,
that's all I want.
We all do.
I think and we don't agree with Donovan on a lot of things by any means, but I think one thing that he had mentioned, he finally kind of walked back the not caring aspect, but he basically ended up coming out and saying, like, some of these players, this current generation of players, don't prioritize the national team. And that's something we've kind of been talking about. It's not necessarily they don't care if they win or if they don't care if they lose. It's they're not prioritizing that match because they're not going in on the tackles 100%. Like we saw Luna diving in on tackles in these past handful of games. We saw Tillman getting, just absolutely ripped apart. And don't get me wrong, Pulisic gets ripped apart as well. But there are times where we're watching it and you're just sitting there like, well, if he would have done this, he could have gotten there quicker and did that or whatever. It's just it's about prioritizing what's important to you at that point.
Let me ask you guys one question. Do you think Pochettino was wrong with what he did?
Well, here's my first thought. And maybe this is me living too much in the Berhalter era, because Berhalter would do this. Berhalter would say, okay, yeah, I'm going to bring McKennie, Weah, Reyna, and Pulisic in for these two friendlies and then let them go. Obviously, because the other guys got, they got Club World Cup duty, and also Pulisic because he needs a rest. Because that's what Berhalter probably would have done. And he would have explained it by saying, hey, we're not working towards the Gold Cup. We're working towards the World Cup. And so this is a chance to get all the A guys together. So I'm going to do it for 2 games, and then I'm going to let them go. Maybe I got too used to that way of thinking. But Poch obviously not interested in that type of thinking at all. He's like, either you're on or you're out. But he didn't give Weah and McKennie any chance to play on this team, or Reyna, which is kind of a shame because I do think we are working towards the World Cup. Not
do
the
you
Gold
think
Cup.
He's trying to be maybe consistent with what he's saying? Because if he gives them a chance, Pulisic could have said, well, I know they have the Club World Cup, but why can't I? You're bringing more than one roster, clearly. Look, I think it would have been important to have all these guys for the friendly, especially because the friendlies were the more competitive games in terms of level of the opponent, for sure.
Exactly.
I don't think we're going to face a team. Maybe Mexico be close to a Turkey. Maybe Switzerland probably better than any team we're going to play in the Gold Cup.
Correct.
But the thing with it, too, it's like we don't know what's going on within this team. Like we don't know within what's happening there, the culture. We do know there's clearly an issue. We saw that in the Copa America. The team looks anemic at times. And maybe, just maybe, I'm going to give Pochettino the benefit of the doubt that that's his way of trying to show the players that you need to take this a bit seriously, that this is not summer camp. It's the national team camp, and you play, you behave here.
The only guy that got the message, though, was Pulisic, because he had already said to Reyna way long time ago, well, this is the only chance I'm going to get to see him.
Well, the message is not just to Pulisic. Everyone sees it. The message is to all of them. When you do that to your main guy, everyone got the message.
Yeah. He's not sending the message. He's sending them through a scapegoat. Here's my take on the whole thing, because I'm in the same boat in the sense that it would be nice to have all the as many A players as possible for those friendlies, because we are, in fact, yes, working towards the 2026 World Cup. However, I can't sit there and say that because we argued about the players' mentality at Copa when they're like, well, this is just a stepping stone to 2026. Poch looked at the Gold Cup, and he even had in the presser recently, he came out and said, hey, I wanted to use those friendlies as preparation for the Gold Cup because the Gold Cup is important. It's an important tournament. Now, most U.S. fans are looking at it going like, well, it hasn't been an important tournament for a while now.
4 years.
But he was consistent back in March when he said, hey, this is my only opportunity to see Reyna because he's going to be at the Club World Cup. He knew back then that this was going to be a one-camp thing. Yeah. So he went into this, and when Pulisic said, hey, I need a break, he basically just said, okay, well, you're taking a break. Well, can I come in for the friendlies? No, we're going to do this for this. It's going to be a one-camp thing. We're prepping for the Gold Cup. I want the guys who are going to be here for the full camp to get those preparation games in tune. So agree or disagree with why Poch did it, I at least got to give him props for sticking to his guns and sitting there saying, hey, I'm the coach, you're the player, this is how it is going to be.
Well, he didn't seem happy. He didn't seem happy with Pochettino's comments on CBS, by the way.
Yeah.
No, he did not. And he also said, instead of saying, well, no, I mean, he didn't call me that much. Well, he said, he doesn't call me that much, and I don't care. It's basically what he said. But that was another shot at Poach, basically saying, yeah, he doesn't contact me. He doesn't call me. And then Poach came out later and said, well, yeah, I don't call the players that much. I try to treat everybody equally. But then that also feeds into this other criticism of Poach's, like Des never got a call. Nathaniel Brown's never got a call. Lots of people not getting calls out there.
No, I'm not defending Pochettino with other things like the whole recruitment thing. He has to understand that with the U.S. national team, we're not Argentina. You have to treat it a bit differently, right?
Yeah. Right.
But
been
I'm
saying
just
that
saying,
for a while. So.
I just think that him standing up to Pulisic and putting Pulisic in his place with the national team, I think it is important. Pulisic's our best player for sure, but I do think that the national team, he's not a leader for starters, and the players need to be put back in their place. Like McKennie can't go to camp thinking he can do whatever he wants, because clearly that's what he thinks, right? The whole thing about not going to camp to go play golf, that was a direct attack to Pulisic, because Pulisic goes play golf in camp.
A number of other players as well.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Pulisic has posted pictures with that many times.
Yeah.
I know, we've seen it. So that was a direct attack on Pulisic and his group or whatever that is. So I hope Pochettino knows what he's doing. There's a lot that he needs to change, probably, especially in terms of recruiting players, and we'll see how it goes. But the whole generation's a big issue right now, dude, and we saw that before with the previous coach. And I don't know if Pochettino had some issue with when he did send Pulisic home that camp where he played the first game against Panama. Then he got rested against Mexico. So clearly he's willing to do that mid-camp. But I don't know if something changed or he started to see up close what happens in camp, and he's trying to fix that. Because he's been in Argentina camps many times as a player, so he understands what a serious national team is. We are not that right now. We haven't been for a long time.
And I'll say, as far as the Pulisic leaving halfway through that camp, he talked about in the presser as well, as far as like Serginho Dest, and why Dest came to camp and they basically shipped him back. And they're like, we have our own group of medics who are out here gauging whether or not a player is capable of performing. And he made that decision. So I don't know if that was the case with Pulisic at that point, or if that was a designated decision. Hey, play one game, we'll send you back. Or, hey, he's getting knocked around, he needs a little bit of rest, or we're not going to play him the full camp. And we're only talking about a couple of days. What's a couple of days more of rest there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think, if we look back on the last 6 years, and even Berhalter's kind of not implicitly said this, but sort of hinted at it, we were losing control of the culture. We were seeing that things were too slack. And then the players, once Poach was hired, all came out, including Pulisic, and said, this is what we need. We need somebody to come in, strong fist, and lead this team and make no exceptions and be a hard ass. Well, you're getting it. You're getting it. So embrace it. But there's definite tension going on.
But then again, to your original question to myself, that's more or less my opinion. If people think that's too negative, I think it's pretty rational with what's going on right now. And I mean, we were coming from a 4-game losing streak until today. I don't know how to be positive about anything that has happened. I guess today we can be positive about the win. And like we said, outside of Ajiman and Arfston, I thought everyone was at worst very good, or at least good, and everyone and you were very good. I think Tillman coming to life, even though it was a crap opponent, that is something that can pay dividends over the long term, because we want Tillman to get it going to the national team. Hopefully Tyler and Johnny get minutes together, and Johnny hopefully is the next one to get it going, because we would also benefit from that. But I mean, you can only be positive when there's something to be positive about. Otherwise, you are delusional.
Right. No, back one more time. One last question about Poach before we talk about the rest of this game briefly and let you go. But it took injuries to get Paxton Aronson and John Tolkien onto this roster. And yet, there are other guys missing on this roster where you're kind of like, that's kind of weird. Scally, Wiley. I guess Zendejas you can chalk up to potentially being in the Club World Cup. But you're also missing potential guys that could have been
Zendejas is not in the Club World Cup.
I know he isn't. But the reason given at the time.
Oh, because he could have been. Yeah.
Could have been, yeah. And then you're still missing guys that could have been here like Yao or Aiden Morris and Tasman. Like it's Sargent. And you're like Busio. It's like all those guys were all left off from football reasons. But they all could have been on this team and potentially help. What I can't figure out is, and I really wish there was a reason, but no one's asked the question to Poach in an interview. Shocker, no one's asked the question because nobody covers this fucking sport. Why was this certain group of people, why were they all left off? Well, we found out about Sargent. That was a soccer decision. But we don't know shit about Tessman. We don't know shit about Aiden Morris. We don't show shit about Yao, Wiley, Scally. We don't know.
No, Scally, I think they said it was football. So Scally, they said it. But
So
the other
that's
ones, I
also-
don't know. The
Yeah,
other ones,
so
I don't
weird.
know. Like, and also when you look at the forwards we brought, like Ajiman and Brian White, I think you could have brought Sargent and tried to see what he can do in the full
Yes.
month, right?
Mhm.
And if
Help
he
us-
stinks it up, you quit on him. But at least, because like you can clearly see Ajiman and Brian White ain't it. You can't go
No,
with them to the World
they're
Cup.
not.
So at least try Sargent. And if he sucks in the Gold Cup, then you're like, well, we tried. You're not it. So
Because this is a chance to build Sargent's confidence. This is a chance to build Zendejas' confidence, right?
And you
it
know
would've
what's
been a
funny? It's
great
like,
turn-
for example, Tessman, was it a footballing decision? And then Tessman's not here, but he brought Johnny that had a lot of minutes this season, for
Yeah.
example. So it
It's
doesn't
weird.
really it would be nice if we had actual journalists there with media credentials that would ask these very basic questions.
I know.
Very
Dude,
basic questions.
So it's so fucking sad. That's all I gotta say. We watch these interviews, and it's just astonishing to me the questions that are asked. They're completely nothing burgers. It's like, no, let's dig in. Let's dig into some facts here. I know they're trying to find something they can put a big title on or subject, but listen, the big topic was there are all these players missing from this team. If you were smart, you could have dug in during some of those interviews and found out what happened. What's the reason Tessman's not there? What's the reason this player, that player? And then you have an article to write and put up on ESPN or wherever you write.
A very easy article, by the way.
Yes, no one did it. Nobody has, to this date, asked a single fucking question about Nathaniel Brown. Not a single fucking journalist has yet to ask a question about Nathaniel Brown. We're getting to the point now, months and months and months into this. How absurd is this? It's absurd. You're getting paid to write an article. That's an easy article. Nathaniel Brown, not on team because Poach thinks he's a German. Whatever the article headline would end up being. You
Well, he's
know?
right. He is a German.
Yes. He's not American enough. Wow, what a headline that would be. Oh, no, but the interview could be because he doesn't feel like calling him. That would be a great fucking title for an article, too. But nobody wants to ask the question. And the people that would ask the question, like Meg and Pete, who used to show up at those things, and other guys that we've had on our show that are banned from it, they're not allowed to ask questions anymore. So we're not going to get any of those questions anymore.
It's crazy because these questions are not even controversial. It's just like, hey, coach, you didn't bring these guys. And obviously, when you didn't bring them, there were talks with the staff. Would you be willing to tell us, were they footballing decisions? Were they just like they need a rest, like Christian Pulisic? What's going on?
Yeah, it's not that hard. And then Brown played for the U21s today, German U21s. So, yeah, I mean, he's creeping further to the other side. So, okay, I get it. Henri Chase, injured for almost half the season at Stuttgart. Anybody hey, nobody's asking if you sniffed his ass. Just wanted to know if you noticed he existed. That's all. That's it. And we can't even get those questions from this superb Jeff Carlisle's of the world. And all these guys are asking the same Nimrod questions that we all know the answers to. And anyhow. So,
good news, Derek. We're just talking about a couple of different dual nats there. One dual nat who came up with, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, a ball rash and couldn't perform today. There was a lot of rumors going around that Downs was maybe eking his way back out and second-guessing his decisions. But he was at the match today.
He was. he did have a testicular rash. He's fine. He'll be back. I heard that Pete had incredible diarrhea.
Dude, you should have seen the picture. It was brown and green everywhere.
Spray painted the wall with it.
I think he signed his name on the wall with it. It was insane.
He sent you photos?
It was in cursive. It's impressive.
Yeah.
You guys are perverts. All right.
That's rich coming from you, Derek. I'm just saying that.
It was.
I didn't know you scat. That's scat.
It was impressive diarrhea. I've seen a lot of diarrhea in my life, but that one was something else.
You know what? As many times as I have had diarrhea, I've never sent a photo of it to Brett. This is new.
I appreciate that, Derek.
You guys have a closer relationship than Brett and I do.
The thing is, sometimes you're so proud of it because it's so much, you just got to send it. You never. It just happened. I'll send it to you one day.
That's the joke running on I think it was How I Met Your Mother or whatever, that they would just send like a symbol to their friend via text as far as what their poop looks like. So like it could send a question mark, like, oh, it's just looks like a question mark, you know.
Oh,
penalty kick for Saudi Arabia. Did anyone see it? Was it an actual penalty or fake penalty?
The fuck I'm missing that game.
That's 27. That's 27 cents. Brett, you got a few chats. Haha. I know I've got one pulled up for like the last 20 minutes. But Edgar Castillo for 4.99 says, per Bernard, masterclass incoming. I'm a little worried about the Saudi with the B team. Hey, you know the Saudi team's a B team. Or C
they
team.
brought a B team?
Well, half their players are playing in the Club World Cup.
Why do they pay to be in this if they're not even going to bring the best team possible?
I don't know.
That's Club World Cup's fucking things up for a lot of teams.
Or maybe we shouldn't have had a Gold Cup, maybe?
Well, that's a whole other thing we've discussed. Like, too many Gold Cups too often. Let's split that shit up a little bit more. The tournament that matters that everybody cares about right now is Nations League. That's all. Gold Cup has become a secondary tournament. If you want it to mean more, then have split the tournaments up so they're not one after the other all the time like this. It's ridiculous. Q Bonamaker says for $199, Luna and Tillman combined well. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
They were really good. Both were.
Mm-hmm.
Both were. Yeah, no doubt.
A lot of great weighted passes that never got finished.
Yeah. All right, let's do a quick run through the players that started. Matt Freese, is he our number one? I think he's our new number one.
Well, I said this in the stream. He wasn't tested enough today, but when he was fine. So I'd say give him the entire Gold Cup. Even if he stinks up a game, just give him the entire Gold Cup and let's see what he looks like. Just give him the whole tournament.
Or do we think this is going to be a back and forth?
What do you mean? He'll switch like Turner next game?
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
I say give because he's had plenty of time with the national team. Freeze the performances until he fucks up.
Yeah, we already know what Turner is at this point. Yeah. So I would just give Matt Freese the entire tournament and then judge it after. We'll have a lot of data on him.
I'm gonna let you guys do the next player. I'm gonna go itch my balls. I'll be right back.
He called us degenerates. Okay, we've already talked about Arfson. Yeah, we talked about Arfson. I want to see Tolkien next match. I don't know about you. I'm sure you do. But...
Yeah, I've seen enough of Arfson. I want to see Tolkien. The two center backs, Richards and Ream, they weren't overly tested. When they were fine. And on the ball, also, they were mostly good.
I think Richards got burnt once just from not reacting to the long ball quick enough.
Second half.
But Ream was fine.
Well, the one thing I'd probably like to see from them a bit more was today we had a lot of possession and no penetration, right? I'd like to see maybe Richards and Ream dribble into space when they have it. Do an incisive pass, right? We didn't see much of that. They would get the ball, they would pass it sideways.
They did a couple. Yeah. They
Did
could do it more, don't get me wrong.
You just described Pulisic's whole sex life? All right.
And I'm the negative one. And I'm the negative.
Freeman's next.
Yeah. Well, should we read some of these because they're passing on by? All right, let's do some of these, then we'll move on. Edgar Castillo for $199. Thank you, brother. Dwight York collecting a paycheck for TNT. Laughing out loud. It does seem that Dwight York did say some heavy shit during halftime, though. That's what people are saying. There was a lot of yelling in the locker room about you guys are getting embarrassed. You're a bunch of queefs. You need to step up. Or we're going to get totally embarrassed tonight. Well, they stepped up for a while and they still got totally embarrassed. So there you go.
They got embarrassed. We finalized the embarrassment as soon as we removed Ajiman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, it's not a joke when I say that Haji Wright's reaction to scoring a goal was that I'm not kidding. I think that was him saying, "Hey, fuck this, man. I could have done this all first half too."
Here's the thing: we kind of make that joke, but there's truth behind it because the game did open up once the sub came through. But what Haji brought in that situation, because again, TNT turned on the afterburners. They brought in a couple subs and started pressing us high, and we were doing our typical freak out in the back and can't really possess it forward very well because we were just getting pressed too much. Haji brought that physical presence up top to hold on to the ball, draw the foul, or play it off better than Aguiman was doing. So,
yeah, I mean, listen, Haji Wright's almost the same height as Aguiman. Does he look like a baby giraffe to you when he plays?
No.
Nope.
Looks competent.
Yep. El Nini for 5. Thank you, my brother. Fire Poach and get Derek in there. Well,
it'd be a nice turnaround, right?
I would take the job, and
Derek,
I'd be fired.
You'd probably take it for half his salary.
A tenth.
1/20th.
Yeah, I'd take it and fuck it. I'd go give it a shot.
Guys, just one thing. I have to go in like 3 minutes because I need to go get food at Publix, and it closes at 10, but I need to get a sub that closes at 9 usually.
Let's go hammer through the rest of the players here, and then that'll be that. We'll cover.
We'll take on the rest of this, yes, unless they're for you.
Yeah.
Look at De La Torre was, I think, fine.
Him and Berhalter were fine. They did well.
They were good, and I wouldn't expect any else. And we already talked about how good Luna was. McGlynn, that whole right side for a while. McGlynn makes some great passes, but I felt that whole right side was a little flaccid. Freeman was told, obviously, not to go and move up and penetrate, which, is sad. He sat back a lot while Arson moved further up the field again, kind of playing a scally third center back role sometimes. So,
which is a shame with a guy like McGlynn who wants to cut inside to his left. You'd want your right back to push up and get into that position more often. So I don't know. Maybe they do need to let him run a little bit more loose. I think
we saw it,
right?
Yeah, we saw it about 4 times all game. 4 or 5 times Freeman moved that far up the field. That's not enough.
I wanted to bring up this one because this is for Tact. Edgar Castillo for 499 says, Tact, I told you about my boy Tillman. Masterclass versus the tough and mighty TNT. Hello.
No, he did play well finally, and hopefully he keeps it up. Like we said, we need Tillman to finish the summer strong, hopefully winning the Gold Cup, and then pick up after where he left off. I mean, later on. That's what I'm hoping for, because with Gio Reyna's current situation, which we don't know what's going on, Tillman could be a starter coming into the World Cup if he's playing like he plays for PSV. That could happen. So, yeah, we'll see. But it's at least he did what he was supposed to. He destroyed a very easy opponent, which honestly in the past he struggled against easy opponents. So
true.
Yeah.
We know the scary thing is because with Luna and Tillman being our only real threats moving the ball forward. If something were to happen, or if they need to get subbed out and everything like that in a late stage of the game when we need a goal, I'm not sure we have anybody to really fill in that position at that point.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about Aguiman, Giraffe, Baby Giraffe.
We talked about him enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Should just be his nickname, Baby Giraffe. Aronson comes in, gets Brendan. Little moment of dark Brendan there for a second. And got a goal.
The goalkeeper near post. That was nuts.
Yep. All right. But, nothing to go crazy about. Right. His attitude more important than his goal, but the goal helped the attitude. And then lastly, McKenzie, nothing to talk about.
Paxton looked far more comfortable in that holding role than he did out wide. Mind you, complete different opposition, Switzerland and a tired Trinidad and Tobago, but still, he looked better in that role.
Yeah. I mean, with Utrecht, we've seen it all season long. When they played him out wide, he kind of sucked. And when he played central for them, he played a lot better. But you are right. The context of a tired, bad Trinidad against a very good Switzerland side, that kind of matters too.
Yeah. Last question for you before we let you go. What is the name of the fucking play that Pete's doing? I swear to God, he told me, and I
thought he had diarrhea.
Oh.
Is that the name of the play?
Honestly, I don't know. Now, just be honest. Yes, he is at work. I don't know the name. I don't know if it's a play or if it's a show, a TV show.
I thought it was a play.
50 Shades of Grey.
No, it wasn't 50 Shades of
Oh,
Grey.
I know what it is. It's Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain, baby.
That's what he's doing.
All right. Well, he's missing
With
you.
Spicy Jeff in the play too.
There we go. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
all
man.
right.
That's why he
Jack,
wasn't in the chat.
Jack,
Guys,
thanks.
I'm gonna go get food.
Yep.
It was
Thanks
an
for coming
honor.
up. Yes.
I needed to come along more often here, and I'm moving back to Orlando. Once I'm back in Orlando, I have plenty of time, and then I'll be around more.
Sounds great, man. If you ever need us, let us know too. We can fill in.
I probably will.
We
See
love
ya,
you, baby.
guys. Bye.
Later.
Catch you later,
Bye.
man. All right, let's hammer these super chats out.
All right. Shin for $10. I absolutely cannot stand matches like this. Sure, it's dominant win, and it should be. However, I can't ever use these matches as a good barometer for exactly where their team is. You're exactly right.
100%.
It's really hard. The only thing you can say is, for sure,
we did our fucking job.
well, Tillman was levels above the rest of the players on the field. Like, that was obvious from minute one. Tillman was the best player on the pitch all game long. And so that was really clear and not a big deal. All right.
Yep.
Like, to notice that. And that's a good thing because we needed him to show that.
And we need even though it was against Trinidad and Tobago and he was literally lighting them up, but he needed that performance. He needed that to really boost his confidence because I feel like in games past, he was just sort of, I'm here, guys. Okay.
Right.
You know?
You played games where you thought he should be levels above, but he wasn't. And you're like, well, where is that guy? So this time he came out and did it.
I think Luna was there too, quite frankly. I mean, there's still some moments, but I think they're both, like I said, if we don't have both of them on the pitch, I really question where this team goes. This specific team goes.
I would still put Tillman on a different level than Luna, but I do like where Luna's going. And the sooner he gets over to Europe, the better, honestly. Chet Snooze 0499. Thanks, brother. Derek looks and sounds exactly like the creator of the God of War developer Dave Jaffe. He's from Alabama. Is the ballistic situation the same as Donovan's? That's very specific.
Yeah. Donovan's situation was a mental breakdown. I mean, physical too, but I think more mental was the reason he took a sabbatical.
Yeah. And many people don't talk about it. And he's not going to talk about it. But we've talked to people back all the way in our big soccer days in 2012, 2013, behind the scenes, after interviews. We've talked to almost half the team he played with in 2002 have been on our show. We know stuff, all right? Yeah. Because they're still friends with him or they talk to him.
Stuff. Yeah.
And it was very mental. He went, not only was it tough times because of soccer, playing so much soccer. Okay, that can wear you out. But it was his personal life was falling apart. His wife divorced him. Apparently, she had an affair. He was crushed by it. Absolutely destroyed and devastated by it. He's remarried now. He has kids with his new wife. Everything's fine now. He's not going to talk about that part of it, but he did get close to saying he went to the dark side. He did say that with Timmy on a recent show. So anybody asking about where he was at mentally, it was the worst place in his life, which he's now said, but he's not going to give you all the details. We're giving you what we know based on what people told us back in 2012 and 2013 on the Big Soccer Show. In private, we're not going to name them. If you want to know all the guests on our show, they're all on YouTube. You can figure out who they are and then guess who told us what, but that's on you.
Soccer says, is that why he's bald? You know, stress is a big factor. Although I suspect that's also hereditary.
Yeah, exactly. S27 199, Pulisic and maybe McKennie won't make the World Cup team. I think they're both going to make it. I think Poach is going to work it out. I think Poach put a stamp down, put his foot down. And I think everybody else is going to have to fucking say, well, there's a new sheriff in town, and he just let us all know he's the sheriff. And we are not the sheriffs.
Yeah, it'd be nuts to assume that they would miss out on the World Cup. Primarily because, for Pulisic's role, we're a little thin. We're a little thin for viable, capable wingers.
Yes.
But as far as Weston's concerned, if he continues to not perform very well for the United States, and I know they had a couple opportunities in that Panama match where he should have gotten an assist or whatever, that would have changed the game completely. But the Nations League matches were very lackluster on his performance, quite frankly. And if we see more of those, and you see somebody who's taking advantage of this opportunity right now, I'm not saying that Luca De La Torre or a Berhalter will take his place, but if they're performing in these matches, then Poach might go ahead and lean into that a bit, which is always the curse about the Camp Cupcake scenario, where you have a guy that performs well in the Camp Cupcake, and then all of a sudden, next World Cup qualifier, he's taking a place of somebody who's normally there.
That's 27 then follows it up by saying Poach really doesn't like Pulisic. I don't think it's about like. I don't think it's about like at all. I think he is basically laying down the law at this point. And he's laying down the law with a lot of other guys too by sending that message via Pulisic, which is, hey, he said it so many times on Timmy and landed on the show. He said basically, a lot of these guys don't seem to bring the pride. They're not here for the shield. They're not here to protect the shield. They don't know how important this is. The players I've coached in the past, they understand how important that is. But some of our guys, I think there's a gap growing about the level of priority they're putting on the national team, how much that means to them. Like, do they care? Sure, they care. Do they care enough is what he is saying. Do they care enough? And he says he's saying no. And both U.S. Soccer and Poach have been throwing guys under the bus for a good while now to get that message across.
I mean, listen, both players are going to be included in September. They're both going to be included. They're going to go back out there. They're going to perform. Now, whether they perform or don't perform, that's going to be up to them. But they're going to get their chances. And as long as they're out there performing, I mean, Poach won't not call him. One would hope, at least.
No, I think he's going to call him, but he sent the message clearly. Yeah. This is as clear as he can say it, and clear as hell. I'm the coach. I'm not a fucking mannequin. You are not the boss of me. You're not going to tell me what games you want to play and which games you don't want to play. I'm the boss. I tell you when you need to come in. If you don't want to come in, fuck off. Because this should be a fucking priority for you. We got a World Cup coming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're tired. Everyone's tired. That's basically what he said in so many words.
I'll come back to that super chat in just a sec. Bravado says, is McKinney out of the Juve project again? All the talks right now have been that Juve are actively trying to extend his contract.
Yeah.
So I don't see him out. I mean, whether or not he retains his starting role when the season starts up again, we'll see. But I mean, he's Mr. Universal for Moda. So I can't imagine.
So if had Pulisic played the two friendlies, would that change the bigger perspective on Pulisic skipping out basically on all of this? Well, first of all, it would have been nice if U.S. Soccer and Poach had given us the full story. So Pulisic didn't have to come out and said, hey, I was saying I was willing to play the two friendlies and then I needed a break. So that should have been upfront. Somebody should have talked about that, or they should have talked about how they were going to frame that. But that's not how it was framed. U.S. Soccer said he needs a rest. All right. Yet other people are saying he had a hip flexor and he is taking all these shots just to play the games. And Poach and him should have worked this out in a conversation. Like, what's the message going to be? Him and Crocker should have gotten this message all worked out so all this shit didn't happen. But it did. It did, and it's ugly. And it's not building confidence in the team, and that's why the stands are so fucking empty when these games happen.
Wouldn't have been easy to simply just state, hey, Pulisic's been playing a lot. We've decided as an organization to give him a break over the summer, rather than saying he called us up and he said he needed a rest.
And we agreed, is what they said. And we agreed he needed a rest. That's not good enough. That's not a good enough explanation. And it just led to everybody saying, what a pussy.
Yeah.
So if he had a hip flexor, say it. But then Pulisic had a chance on Jimmy Conrad show, didn't say it. Hey, I've got a hip flexor. It's kind of serious. I got to get shots to play. I was willing to take more shots to come in and play for 2 friendlies, but I figured after that, my hip needed a rest. Didn't say it. And then his just general demeanor and delivery was not good on that show.
They mentioned, I mean, there's mention about the dealing with an injury throughout since March, even in at the end of the season. People were talking about that. Oh, he's been dealing with an injury. He may not necessarily have the hip flexor injury right now, which is maybe why he doesn't specify, hey, I have a hip flexor strain right now. Maybe he has eventually worked that through and he had to take shots to get over it. But that may be adding to the point of why he thinks he needs to take a rest. It's like, dude, I've been dealing with this injury for a long time. I'm finally over it. I just need to recover and start fresh come August.
I mean, you could have gotten that specific if you wanted to.
I don't think you really need to say anything, to be frank.
I mean, it all comes down to these idiots not working the message out together prior to breaking the news, and all the fans going nuts and saying, what a loser. He's too tired to come play. Fuck that bullshit.
Yeah.
So everybody needs some PR coaching, Bob's your uncle, at this point. Not just him, but so does Poach, and so does U.S. Soccer. But those morons haven't been good at PR media for decades. U.S. Soccer's been run by inauthentic corporate hacks now for a good fucking 10 years, if not more.
Yep.
All right.
Not to take us off topic here, but the Haiti Saudi Arabia game is wide open.
Mm-hmm.
It is just back and forth, and Haiti's lucky or unfortunate not to have a couple already.
Yeah. But
it's not great. It's not great football to watch, but
Saudi Arabia are up 1-0.
Yeah, they had the PK. So
yeah.
All right.
Eldon Hasek for $2 or Hasich, depending. The common denominator, they are all non-MLS players. Yeah, but I think that more common denominators there are superstars. And I think what Poach is saying is, you're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of you. And I think that's what the message is. Whether you like the message or not, that's what he's saying.
We did this one.
We did what we were supposed to do. I'll take it. Yeah, absolutely, Ski.
That's basically the takeaway after this game, right?
Yep.
We were supposed to win it. We went out there and we handled business.
Hey, we could have
some shaky moments in there, but as a whole, I think we flat out controlled it.
We could have won it 2-0, 3-0. We won it by more. So there we go.
Could have won it 10-0.
Yes. By the way, Eldon, we did go through the list, all of the lists with tact of players that are missing here. And yes, there are things to criticize about Poach for sure. On top of the players that are missing, the non-contact with Nathaniel Brown. It's annoying. Len for $15. U.S. Soccer is just interested in the FIFA money. You don't even have to add the word FIFA in that. It's just money.
All about the
money is all they've cared about for a good long time. Now, has it gotten worse? Absolutely, it's gotten worse. I remember when Bruce Arena was still the coach way back in the early 2000s, and they wanted him to go play games in LA, qualifying games. And he's like, well, that's not a home field advantage for us. There'll be more Mexican fans there than there are American fans. That's not, no. I know it's going to make you more money, but we can't do this. And so U.S. Soccer finally agreed, this is a long time ago, and said, okay, we'll play those games in Columbus. Better chance we have home field advantage. So they have in the past made those exceptions. And they need to start thinking about that going forward again, because we can't be playing games where we're the home team and we're outnumbered. It's ridiculous. Hey, at this point, we should be happy we get anybody in the stands, because that's how bad things are. But yeah.
Just looking at the stadium for this Haiti Saudi Arabia game, and man, it is empty. And they're playing at Snapdragon.
Yeah.
Which is like a 35,000 seat stadium. Could you not have picked a smaller stadium somewhere?
Yeah.
Do you think Snapdragon's like, wait, we got who? Damn it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make shit on this.
Donovan's hair wishes he was loaned to Trap. I'm not going to make fun of his hair, although he should just shave it off.
I mean, he should have wore like a hat or something on the broadcast. You know, do the trendy wear a sports coat, but then wear a hat as well.
But then he just had that hair surgery where they removed a bunch of his hair from the back of his neck, and it was supposed to go on top. I'm not seeing it. Did it not take? Did it not take? That's my question. It's very weird. All right. Thank you, Elvin. We do appreciate it, brother.
They should just shave it off. Just shave it off, man. I'm going to be there soon.
Yep. Okay. I think that's going to do it for tonight, guys. My voice is about blown out. We're 3 hours and 15 minutes into this. There is no show tomorrow.
What are we going to talk about?
Yep. We'll be back on Thursday. But
will we? Hold on one second. When's the
oh yeah, when's the next game? We'll probably do that live too.
Next game is on the 19th. So 4 days from now.
So that's
Thursday.
We'll be back Thursday. Yeah, that works out perfectly. So we'll be back, but probably a little earlier if the game starts at 6. My voice is about to fucking go though.
Hang on, I'm just gonna pull that up right now, real quick. We'll find out what time it is. Game starts at 9:15.
Oh, well, we'll be here later than usual, much later, and then so we'll be here.
Not much later. I mean, our normal show starts at 8:15. I mean,
we'll be here at 9.
Probably we could probably jump on a little earlier than that. I don't know. 9. Let's do 9.
Let's do 9.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
9 o'clock Thursday. We'll be here for the next game to call it live. Until then, thank you all for showing up. At one point, 800 of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome. We do respect your, especially your commitment to watching these games and keeping up with U.S. soccer in not the best of times. I do promise you at some point things will get better. This has happened before.
Mm-hmm.
We've been watching this sport for a long time. It's a roller coaster sometimes. We just all thought the roller coaster was on its way up and never going to come down again. It's come down a bit. But hopefully it'll go back up. Until then, we'll see you on Thursday. Have a great night. Peace.
That hurt.
I want to play in Europe. What the hell does that mean, right? Because Europe could be Latvia, Luxembourg.
No one's talking about Latvia or Luxembourg, dumbass.
So you don't want to just shove it in there. Start with the smaller finger, especially if this is the first time. Start with the smaller finger and go slow.
I mean, there's a lot of things that need to change.
Honey, eating it is the best thing that you can do for your man.
I want people to realize I'm just human. I'm just human, and I make mistakes.
So this guy, Derek, wants to know, is putting your tongue in an ass really the thing to do?
Yeah, it feels really good.
It's a weird one, I think.
And I know you want me to toss your salad too, don't you? All right, on that note.